Good afternoon, folks. I am back with some more Zenless Zone Zero and a very happy Independence Day to my fellow Americans, as well as any non-Americans who actually love and appreciate my country. I wanted to get this a little earlier, but I ended up doing a bunch of other stuff that got in the way, but it is what it is. I'm ready to go, and as you can see, I finally got her. I finally got Caesar. I went and did my dailies when I woke up this morning, and I managed to scrape another master tape, and I finally got her, and I don't have to worry about it anymore. But, yeah, it's been a long time coming. Oh, it was so exhausting trying to get this character, let me tell ya. Get the tomboy tig-bitty jiggles. Oh, Jesus.
We fighting? Take me.
Oh. Anyway. Also, I got a giant amount of new polychromes due to, MiHoYo sending out a bunch of gift baskets in the mail. So that makes it even better. And I can technically buy some more, but, yeah. Honestly, I think I'm gonna sit on the polychromes for a while. I could start sinking them into getting Fufu, but honestly, I don't even think I want to risk it. I'm thinking I'll just wait for Fufu to come back on a reroll and just save my polychromes and tapes for whoever comes in next. And I think Miyabi is getting her rerun next, so I'm gonna save up for her. And if I'm able to get another character be up next to her, sure, but I expect nothing. So, it's not looking good on that front, fellas. I'm sorry. I think I'm just gonna settle for Caesar now, for now. And because I unlocked Caesar and we did all the Caledon stuff, well, Loku messages. Hello, Proxy. I got your contact info from Lucy. Hi, Caesar. I've been meaning to get your contact info before, but my phone braked. It's not like I forgot about you two. Yeah, your old phone was ancient. Even though I'm a bit sad to say goodbye to my old phone. Okay, she's a little off on the spelling right there. Yeah, anyways, now I can talk to you more easily, though I'm not that good at reading and writing, so expect some typos. That is clearly abundantly obvious. I can help you with that if you want. Thanks. Let's stay in touch. Oh, yes. In touch indeed. So indeed. Anyway. However, I'm gonna save the Caesar dates for later. What I really want to do, God freaking willing it actually allows me to do it, is the Jew Fufu agent story. I've been wanting to do it, but every time I mean to, something else got in the way. Normally from the game itself. Mostly on account of the temple restoration, which, honestly, I'm not that big a fan of. I mean, I get it. That wants to rebuild the Jedi Order, more or less, but it's just such a long, tedious process. And every time I finally break through a milestone, the game gives me a bunch of other shit to do instead of the stuff that I really want to do. So it's been a little nutty, to say the least. Okay, let's see what we can put on sale. Okay, none of the stuff that I have full stock for is hot, so I'm gonna have to make use of it anyway, regardless. Okay. Put Avocado Boo in charge because Office Boo is clearly is about to be out of juice. Okay. Well, so let's see. Yeah, we're caught up on everything else. Nope. The Yum Yum stuff is finally over and done with, so I don't have to worry about that anymore. So, and I clearly do not have to worry about any dates for characters right now since Caesar didn't activate anything, so she's going to be waiting for me to do it. So, finally, it looks like we have a good enough time to do the Fufu agent story, and thank freaking God. Not here. Where is it? Oh, here. Tiger's Billowing Roar. Let's do it, folks. Took a million years, but let's do it. Legend of the Tiger Warrior. The hero has made her appearance just like in the beginning of any martial arts movie. Okay, so let me make a quick little edit with the title. So that way it's accurate. I didn't give a title just yet, and it will have a title once the stream is finished. That, because the last time I tried to add a title before stream, it ended up not going where I wanted, so I've kind of been holding off on it. So, Tiger's Billowing Roar. Okay. Tiger's Billowing Roar. Okay. Title's been saved and changed. Let's go ahead and start. Complete missions or any other tasks while this mode is with you. And I'm caught up with the story, so I don't have to worry about any unintended side effects. Oh, we're going classic anime over here. Or Kung Fu movie. Hong Ying Movies Limited. Oh.
In the Hollow Era, The court was corrupt with decadence. The martial world stood leaderless. Bandits ran rampant, and people suffered unbearably. Yet heroes of righteousness still rose up, blades drawn and raised to champion justice.
The narrator clearly did not read any of this correctly. There are always righteous warriors drawing their swords and wielding their blades, standing for justice and chivalry. Yeah, they did. The narrator, you did not read what was clearly written.
The frontier town of Phylum Heights had seen frequent bandit raids, until one day a warrior emerged from the mountains with a roar.
Prepare for disappointment.
Who dares disturb the peace on our streets?
Not really a roar as much as it's a meow. Poor Fufu.
Where'd this hero pop up from?
Oh, it's a film set. I see the dude with the boom mic right there.
Is this part of the script?
Oh.
I told you to read the script carefully.
I'm a disciple of Yunquei Summit. I won't stand by and watch you do this.
What the hell am I supposed to say to that?
They can't take Fufu seriously. So they're literally like, what do we do with this?
You didn't read it either?
A Yunquei Summit disciple? You mean...
Play to arms! Oh, wait. Where is the arms?
Watch as our heroine swings her club with skill and throws her fists with fierce precision. The vicious bandits are left trembling, their courage shattered, and their menace stripped away.
Cut. It was too messy. We gotta redo the scene.
What a young hero in the making. Another beautiful tale to go down in history. At least it would, if the bandits were actually bandits.
Please spare them, good lady. They're not bandits.
The director explains at length until our heroine, Fufu, finally understands how movies are made. Oh.
That's awesome! I loved watching those movies with martial arts heroes when I was little.
So wait, she actually beat the crap out of the poor actors? Oh man, that's a lawsuit coming right up.
Ouch! Well, it feels like you're a real expert now.
Well, at least the bruises will be convincing. Small comfort, I suppose.
Maybe it's because I've watched so many movies. I feel I should always step in and help whenever I see injustice.
Wow. Might want to watch less then.
I was too impatient and clueless just now. I barely left the mountain, so I didn't know any better. If I've caused any trouble, I apologize.
Wait, she wasn't even supposed to be in the script. Somebody else was supposed to show up and do the part, but she did not pay attention to the fact that it was all a movie scene being shot and just assumed some bad stuff was happening. Ugh. What a mess.
We're really grateful for you sparing us, good lady.
I get it now. You're actually a young master from Yunquei Summit, right?
We're all workers from Phylum Heights, working part-time as extras on the set to support our families.
If it weren't for the selfless masters of Swabian Temple during the mining accident a while ago, we would have...
Don't mention it. That's our duty as the disciples of Yunquei Summit. As long as you're all safe and well, Shifu will be pleased.
Yeah, safe and well. Right. I think you should get them a couple of ice packs, Jew.
That's why, despite the misunderstanding, we hope you don't take it to heart, young master.
These are separate issues. Swabian Temple will take care of all your medical bills today for sure. Now that we understand each other and the matter is settled, I have to go take care of the task Shifu assigned me, so I'll be on my way.
Young master, please, wait!
Uh-oh. Now the director has ideas. Oh, that tail is so cute. Damn. She's, surprisingly well-toned, I will say. Anyway, keep the naughty bits away, Alex. Keep it away just for the day. Director.
Your ears, your tail, they're different from the usual cat thyrans. Could you be a tiger thyran like Mr. Sunghwang?
Ah, he actually got it right. I was expecting him to get it wrong, because that seems to be a running gag with Fufu, where she is a tiger thyran, but everyone thinks she's just an orange cat. But the round ears say otherwise.
You can tell I'm a tiger thyran? That's right.
I knew it! I was watching your impressive fight and was immediately struck by inspiration!
Of course.
Huh? Master Tiger is fierce indeed. But the audience has seen too many stories about the legendary, righteous, and sword-wielding hero saving the world. They've gotten bored of it.
You sure you want to say that in front of your lead actor right there?
Why not add to the story a young hero, fresh out the mountain, yet equally brimming with fierce determination?
I don't think he's going to be happy hearing that.
What are you trying to say, director?
He's saying that you're washed up and you're fired, and he's doing it in the most insensitive way possible.
Oh, Master Tiger, your popularity hasn't decreased at the box office one bit. But the current market demands new faces, too.
You could just have it be where she's an apprentice to him or something, and have both of them in one film, like a Batman and Robin sort of thing.
Once we pass Phylum Heights, where else would we find such a young, spirited, beautiful, and extraordinarily skilled hero?
Extraordinarily skilled hero? Are you talking about me?
I mean, on one hand, I want to be happy for Fufu, but I feel bad for that guy right there on the right.
Yes, you, young lady. I can tell you're very talented. Have you ever considered a career in the entertainment industry?
Avoid. Get away from them. Don't do it, Fufu. It's not worth it. And I think the director is inadvertently creating our villain for the story. I'm calling it right now.
Not at all. Mr. Director, even if we disciples of Yunque's Summit step away from our teachings and return to normal life, we don't usually pursue such careers.
Let's not rush now. You see, not only is our movie starring the retired kung fu superstar Sung Hwang.
Is he a tiger thyran too? Oh, I remember now! You're Mr. Sung Hwang. You starred in loads of martial arts movies.
The young lady has good taste. I'll consider your suggestion, director.
But I'm not really cut out for acting. I can't even put on a stern face to make Shifu attend morning lessons. Besides, I still have a task to complete.
But wait, the biggest surprise is still to come.
Hey, didn't you say my return is the big surprise?
The real highlight is, all of our fight scenes for the movie will be shot inside the Great Hollow in Waifei Peninsula.
That sounds really impressive, but Mr. Director, I really... Wait, shooting inside the hollow? Isn't that dangerous?
Yes.
Danger is just a publicity stunt unless it actually happens. All these years in the filmmaking industry have taught me one thing. No matter how brilliant your talent or sincere your creation, they pale in comparison to the power of eye-catching hype!
I suppose.
Brilliant talent or genuine creativity? Which exactly do you have?
None.
Sung Hwang, this is our chance at a comeback. We have to seize every opportunity.
Then, you must be taking all the necessary precautions, right? Working inside the hollow is incredibly dangerous, not to mention the lingering miasma and the Exaltist's growing presence in Lemnian Hollow.
We have! Thanks to Mr. Sung Hwang's connections, we've obtained a hollow entry permit from the HIA. The officials shouldn't give us any trouble.
It's said to be an area cleared of ethereals and miasma. Very safe.
Yeah, for about 5 seconds until the weather in there changes and monsters start coming for your throat.
An area cleared of ethereals and miasma? Does such a place even exist within Lemnian Hollow?
No, we already did a quest where it established, oh yeah, it's probably safe for maybe 5 minutes until it shifts and then it's no longer safe, so, I'm going to say bullshit.
Mr. Director, this area you're talking about.
Mind you, yes, there's a couple of safe zones in there, but it's only for gameplay reasons. They already said it's not the safest place in the world regardless. But, you know, that's gameplay mechanics versus lore, that sort of shit. The director takes out the coordinates and carrot provided by HIA.
This is the exact area Shifu asked me to investigate. What a strange coincidence.
What a coincidence indeed.
I should report this to her and double-check with the association to be sure. Mr. Director, I'm touched by your appreciation of my talent, but I really do have a task to attend to. So I'm sorry, but I cannot oblige.
Uh-oh.
Not everyone seizes every opportunity that comes their way like I did when I was young.
Oh well, art always has its flaws. Anyway, Mr. Sung Hwang, the crew is ready, so let's head to the Hollow entrance.
Huh? You're going now?
The Hollow is unpredictable. What's safe today might not be tomorrow. As a disciple of Yunque's summit, surely our young master here understands.
Oh, so he's at least smart enough to know, like, yeah, so unlike the director there, he actually has a stable head on his shoulders and is not nutty.
So, will you be escorted by security guards or association investigators?
We're gonna be going along and helping them out, aren't we?
Well, you see, we're on a tight budget and spent most of it on the crew and special anti-corruption filming equipment. Of course, a large share of it also went to Mr. Sung Hwang's paycheck.
It's a reasonable budget.
So you're telling me you don't even have security to protect the crew? What kind of standards are the HIA using to issue permits anyway?
I'm ready to sacrifice myself anytime in the name of art.
Turn off the fan, because let me check something, hold on. Yep, it's as I suspected. The fan was blowing air directly into my face, which in turn means it goes into the microphone, which causes all the staticky air noises to pop up frequently, and I forgot to turn it off, or at the very least turn it to low setting. So I really wish whoever was watching actually chimed up in chat and said, hey, noises in the mic, could you check something? And that would have clued me in, instead of last time where I didn't even know until I just figured it out randomly. So, yeah. I really wish I had a better setup, but it is what it is. Ready to sacrifice myself anytime in the name of art.
I'm not planning to sacrifice myself for anything.
Relax! We have all these professional martial arts actors on the team, as well as Mr. Sung Hwang, a kung fu master with extraordinary abilities.
So yeah, those first 20 minutes of the stream are going to be a little off because of the air blowing into the mic, and I apologize for that.
Alright, the Hollow waits for no one. We need to get going.
Unfortunately, my room, it's hot. It's currently summer in Florida, which means it's hot. And two, even worse, the side of the house that I'm on is unfortunately the one that's most prone to getting hot, so that makes it even more troublesome.
Hey, wait!
Movie crew starts tidying up their equipment. Seems they really are planning to head to the Hollow at once. Oh my, Miss Fufu, have you changed your mind? I've been eagerly awaiting you joining us. Miss Fufu is certainly skilled, but she's got her own mission to handle, Director. You shouldn't push her too hard. Oh, come on. Miss Fufu won't steal your spotlight. Weren't you also just a fresh-faced rookie when the Director found you, and that's how you got your... Hold up. What's this about stealing my thunder? Accuse me of being petty, and I'll have my agent make an official complaint. Is he really a Tiger Thyron, or is that just a wig? Oh, no. I see a tail. He's got a tail. He's a genuine article. Miss Fufu, the Hollow is treacherous, and I don't want to delay your mission, nor do I want my people to run into trouble. You should know that ether corruption can seriously mess with children's growth. So, the actor, Mr. Wong, or whatever his name is, he at least has a stable head on his shoulders, as opposed to the Director who's clearly in over his head. I'll have you know I'm quite the powerful mystic, and I'm not a child. Did you know that Miss Fufu is one of the most formidable mystics among the most righteous sects? Besides, with Miss Fufu joining in, our producer will be quite pleased. The producer thinks so too? This movie, what's the plot even about? What character should I play? Let me think this through. Listen up, Miss Fufu, the story of Legend of the Tiger Warrior. In the Hollow Age, when darkness runs rampant and evil creatures spread like wildfire, Master Tiger, played by Mr. Song Huang. Did I say that right? Huang? Song? I'm not good with Chinese. Just can't sit back and watch. With a burning desire to save all living things under heaven, he has to take action. Master Tiger treks through waters and mountains to reach the frontier town of Phylum Heights. Did they just misspell Phylum? Or was that intentional? Determined to scale Mount Purgation, now a lair of supernatural creatures, to retrieve the Purgation Bell, a sacred artifact capable of suppressing demonic energy across the realm. Let's put aside the epic, thrilling roller coaster for now. Miss Fufu, you'll be playing young Tiger, who fights evil and defends the way alongside Master Tiger. I think Master Tiger can handle the evil purging solo. That sounds super cool. So, Miss Fufu, how about it? Righteous mystic like yourself must surely find resonance in such a stirring epic tale of heroism. Call it an epic all you want, but it's just another kung fu flick with the same old cliche plot. Mr. Song Huang, genre films aren't as simple as you think. Besides, it's exactly because the plot isn't that original that we need fresh faces in the cast. You just said it loud and proud. I have one more favor to ask. Alright, I'll see what troubled look on your face, and I already know what you're wanting to ask. Must be that kinship connection. You definitely want to take a photo of me as a souvenir. I get it, given how many films I made in my younger days, it's totally normal to have some young fans from my own kind who look up to me. Dude, you look like you're in your 20s or 30s at least. Huh? I made my younger days, don't know how to have young fans from my own kind who look up to me. No need to be shy. Come take a pic with me and Fufu right now. Mr. Huang is so thoughtful. Let me take a commemorative photo of you two. Oh, that is cute. That is cute. I'll save it just in case. Brilliant. Just looking at their postures in the photo, I can't imagine anyone better suited for the roles. Just having two Tiger Thyron stars performing together is bound to draw a huge wave of movie fans. A photo of two Tiger Thyrons, that's pretty rare in this day and age. But making movies isn't something you can pull off with just gimmicks alone. I'll give it my best shot. Yep, that's the spirit. Shooting crew is all set. Once Fufu is ready, we can head out for our filming location, the Lemnian Hollow. The situation in the Hollow changes rapidly. This is a hard-won filming opportunity we've got here. Miss Fufu, we can't afford to miss our window. Okay, let's finally do it. Wait a minute. What is Evelyn doing here? Okay, that's
Awaiting further instructions.
unusual.
Fufu's here.
Ready and waiting.
I'm at your disposal. I'm here.
We hiding? Okay, let's get ready.
What do you say we take Caesar for a spin, shall we? Mind you, I've played with her before already and gotten more used to her, but hey, I unlocked her this morning. I want to play with her, damn it. And she's in sync with Evelyn and Fu, so take advantage of it while we can. Oh, that tail looks so cute moving around. Seriously. The lighting's pretty sweet today. Hey, Miss Fufu, mind helping out with the camera setup? That's how we roll in this crew. Newbie's gotta do the heavy lifting, and Mr. Huang ain't getting any special treatment. Alrighty.
Hey you, the new PA. Handle the equipment carefully, okay?
I told the director, do not hire child labor. What if they damage the equipment?
That's camera woman, not cameraman. Are they gonna film from here? I'll need to be extra careful with my attack angles. Fufu the heroine, lighting up the screen. No, focus. Shifu's assignment should be my priority.
Yep, right there. That's the spot.
Senior disciple of Swabian.
A little more to the left, and a little to the right.
Plot twist, this was part of...
Never mind. Just put it back where it was.
Plot twist, this was all part of Shifu's plan for Fufu to begin with. Wouldn't that be something? I mean, I doubt it, but... Oops, did I almost break the monitor? I'll take a sneaky peek, just like Wise taught me.
I fixed it. Alright, I can check this off my list.
How are you doing with the gear setup, Miss Fufu? Cameras and monitors are all set. Thank you, Miss Fufu. Just one more task and everything will be ready. Now let me walk you through today's shoot. Please allow me to break it down.
They say in the Hollow Era, the court was corrupt and falling apart. The martial arts world stood leaderless. Bandits ran rampant, and people suffered unbearably.
Can we move on? Everyone's already heard that a million times.
Have patience, Master Tiger. Setting the scene before starting each day is a way to help everyone get into character. It's a part of the routine. Not to mention we have a fresh face on the crew. Everyone, please welcome...
Director, one mountain is too small for two tigers.
It's fine, it's fine. Everyone says I don't really look like a tiger anyway.
Self-awareness is a virtue, but as my kin, I think you ought to show a little more spirit.
Master Tiger, you've seen what she's capable of. With the two of you in the same frame, our movie is going to be a hit! The industry has been in decline these past few years. If this works out, it'll be a big win for you, don't you think?
Huh. You're clouded by greed.
Sounds like Hollywood today, really.
I'm a professional actor with integrity. What is it they say? Always have reverence for the arts. Working with an unprofessional actor is going to be a real challenge for me.
I I've seen lots of your movies when I was little. I'll learn fast.
Now you're playing cute.
You see, the kid's a big fan of yours.
Yes, but I'm just small. I'm not actually a kid.
Of course. Child labor would require additional insurance. Anyway, back to our scene. The story today happens during Master Tiger and the young tiger's journey in search of a demon-subduing artifact, the Purgation Bell.
Ready, action. Oh, adorable.
Action!
As soon as Master Tiger and Young Tiger set foot on Mount Purgation, the wind stirs, rustling through the grass.
The wind stirs, rustling through the grass.
Check your six.
Suddenly, a group of bandits jump out of the woods surrounding the mountain path.
Ready!
These small fry aren't worth my time. Young Tiger, your journey has just begun. Go on, show me what you've learned.
Did we just kill a bunch of people?
Do you smell it? The light passing through the ether, leaving a unique mark on the film roll, while the fragrance called story fills the air around us.
Wow, that sounds incredible.
So, there's a reason you keep producing bad movies.
Huh? Has the director only made bad movies?
Bad movies? They were just overlooked gems that never received proper appreciation.
Whatever you say, Ed Wood.
I didn't know you cared so much about your third-rate work.
Mr. Tsongkwang, isn't it a little harsh to criticize someone's hard work like that?
Not if they keep screwing up over and over again and learn nothing.
It's fine. Anyway, footage shot inside the hollow has a really unique feel.
We should still be careful. I can sense that the ether activity around us is far from calm. This was never a safe area, was it?
Nope.
But it adds authenticity to the setting of the film.
Yeah, why don't you go film your movie in a war zone while you're at it?
Mr.
I'm sure
Director, I hope some miasma hasn't gotten into your brain.
it'll be certainly authentic for that, won't it?
Forget about Invasion Next Gen and Behemoth. After everyone sees our on-site footage, those other movies will become fourth-rate failures.
They didn't read the dialogue correctly. All of them will pale in comparison to our on-set footage becoming fourth-rate movies.
Are you just accepting the fact that your movies are third-rate?
In any case, with Mr. Sungkwang and Miss Fufu's seamless teamwork, and with two skilled martial artists guarding the set, our production is foolproof this time!
Yeah, he's lost it.
Please let it be over soon. I still have Shifu's investigation to look into.
Scene 1, take 2. Continue rolling.
I need to focus on the real task. Investigating the miasma disturbance here.
Oh, jeez. I think Caesar's ballistics might be
While everyone's busy with the scene change, I should scout the area.
same size or slightly bigger than Yanagi's.
The ether flow is calm. Nothing out of the ordinary here either. Oh well, I guess that's good news. I should regroup with the crew before they start worrying.
Is this a new map? Because this looks different. Yeah, I don't recognize any of this. I think this is new. And look at that. that freaking crystal wall right here with a flower. Yeah, I don't think this is a previously existing map. I think this is somewhere I haven't been yet, unless it is an old map and I'm just forgetting, and they just put all this here to keep us on the right track. I don't know. Fufu, you shouldn't wander around by yourself, even if it's a relatively safe area that's been searched. We're still inside a hollow after all. Oh, now you're worried. Getting hit by roaming ethereals would be bad news. Everyone in the crew needs to be extra careful of danger. But I believe you'll keep everyone safe. No time to waste. Get rolling with scene 2.
The bandits running wild here have terrorized these lands for too long. Naturally, the two tigers cannot stand idly by.
That was fast. Distant toll of the purgation bell echoes, and with it comes the ethereals corrupted by masma. Did I say masma? I meant miasma. Distant.
Damn, that sound effect was great. Almost too real.
Because it is real, dumbass.
Mount Purgation, despite its name, has long been overrun by rampaging fiends.
Be my guide.
And within the shadows, dangers far greater than bandits lie in wait for the two heroes.
Absolutely brilliant. I can already envision it. We're about to drop some epic fight scenes that'll breathe new life into the long dormant martial arts film scene. Miss Fufu and the ethereals make such a perfect combo. I'm already completely hooked. We need to get out of the hollow fast. Director, if Miss Fufu hadn't accepted the invitation to perform, I would have been the one doing that scene with the ethereals just now. Well, doesn't that just prove I've got an eye for talent? No, you just got very absurdly lucky. The whole crew and I signed contracts with the producer. We can't leave the hollow until we finish the shooting schedule, or else. Miss Fufu, I know this might be asking too much, but could you please help us finish filming the last shot today while keeping everyone safe? Now that things have come to this, you can't just ignore the crew's safety. Let's finish the last shot quickly and escort everyone out of here. While everyone's moving in the new filming location, let's continue the miasma clues in the area. Let's continue investigating miasma clues. Aim your crosshair at the weak point, blah, 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 blah. Oh, so they want us to do that anyway.
All of them are tainted with traces of miasma. Something's not right here.
By the way, there's clearly like some kind of sparkler on Caesar's sword. Or because you have the little Devil May Cry Nero trigger right there, and then there's whatever that little fishing rod looking thing is there. I'm thinking it's some kind of sparkler or something that causes the sword to go on fire. That's... or something. Ugh. Miasma, signs of human interference, skulking around like cowards. The trickster says, saw you live, wanted to drop by, been watching the playthrough. I'm like part 29 or something. Oh, you're way in the like beginning of my playthrough when I was just figuring everything out, and now look where I am. Well, glad to see you stop by. Hope you enjoy the early parts, or at least the relevant early parts anyway. Yeah, just so you know, there might be some parts in the playthrough that might be worth skipping, because you have a lot of areas. I admit, there are some streams where I kind of didn't really know what I was doing, and was just kind of bumblefucking around. So, Just giving you a fair warning. But I hope you're enjoying it all the same. So, anyway, soon signs of human interference, skulking around like cowards. Hard not to think of what the Exaltus did. I should note down what I saw so I can report back to Shifu.
Is everyone okay? Take a moment to collect yourselves. We're getting ready to shoot today's third seed.
Maybe we should go do it away from the giant, evil purple flower of death. I'm just saying.
Huh? Where's Miss Fufu?
Would you talk to Director Fufu? Nah, it's fun. It's fun. I think seeing players do, new players do stuff. It's fun, I think, seeing players do new stuff. I was skipping dialogue and comic parts, but that was fun as well. Yeah, that was a mistake on my part. The way the comic scenes were structured in the game made it seem like pressing R2 was the way to do it, when in actuality, it was pressing X to get the full thing that I should have been doing. So that was an unintended mistake on my part, but it's also the game's fault for misleading me in that regard. Like, oh, you'd think, right? Oh, just press that button as clearly shown right there to move it along, right? Nope, not what it actually does. Instead, it just moves you to the next part in general, skipping over a bunch of it. There is a part in the playthrough much later where I did eventually figure that out, and I went back and was like, okay, which do I remember distinctly not pressing X to get the full scene properly, and just going back and redoing it. So, yeah, that was a unfortunate side effect there of my early parts of the playthrough. I scouted the area nearby. There's still a risk of another ethereal attack. Hurry up with the shots and let's get out of this hollow. You got it, Miss Fufu. Let's get back to shooting right away.
Action!
That's
for years, dark.
That's like kind of a problem I've seen with Triple Z, where it's the same too, even now with the temple stuff, where they tell you that stuff you need to know for this, this, and this, but then they neglect to tell you what to do or what not to do for this or that. So it's like, okay, why didn't you specify that earlier? Basically. Who's your favorite character currently? I need to bring up the agent list to do that. I'll do that in a little bit. Hold on.
Not one step further!
The best defense is a strong offense.
A heavy, foul miasma rolls in. The Demon King ruling over this mountain has arrived.
Stay back, everyone! This one's really got its claws out.
Let me at him!
Young Tiger holds firm, shielding the villagers behind her. Her small body stands like an unshakable mountain, resolute and unwavering.
Victory is in sight!
Unfortunately, Master Tiger has been poisoned and is unable to help.
Here we go, here we go! The climax is coming up! And that's a wrap for the day. Thank you all for your hard work.
Yeah, one thing I don't like is the stop between the dialogues. It was way better before Astra episode. That's another complaint that I've had too, where the dialogue in game it happens so slowly. Just when you think one ends, you're like, okay, can I move? And then it starts talking again, but then I've reached a part of the threshold where it's like, oh, the next thing happens, and I'm like, why didn't the character speak earlier then?
Mr. Director, why didn't you seem the least bit shocked by the ethereal?
Because he knew it was going to show up.
In fact, it almost feels like the ethereal attack was just part of the script.
Accidents happen, of course, but not all accidents are bad, right?
Making lemonade out of lemons, I guess.
Just like how you joined us. It was all thanks to a random accident. A happy surprise of an accident.
It was better when it was on the corner of the screen, yeah.
Everything is going according to the producer's plan. Nothing will go wrong, so you just relax, Miss Fufu.
No, something's really not right here. I need to go back to Shifu for a divination reading.
Yeah, if they had just kept the X on the bottom right screen as it is for the normal dialogue, for the comic stuff as well, it just didn't and specified what the R2 really was, instead of not even bothering to explain, I would have caught the whole discrepancy in dialogue in the comic sections much earlier. And again, that's also a problem with other stuff as well, like the temple restoration, where I had to look up how to switch the manager boo for the selling stall, because one had run out of batteries, and I couldn't figure out how to switch, because the game does not tell you to switch by pressing triangle. So I had to go looking online just to find what should have been an easy to show solution in the game screen itself. So it's one of those little, it's like, I love the game, but it's one of those little mosquito bite problems that rears their ugly head every now and then. And the solution was so simple, it makes you wonder why they didn't think about it.
No, something's really not right here. I need to go back to Shifu for a divination reading.
I also like to play through because you showed events as well as other YouTubers rarely do. Yeah, I consider depending on the event, I treat it like I would a story chapter, because a lot of them do have plot and character related stuff happening. So if it's like regular simple gathering stuff that I can get away with off screen, I don't even bother. But in that case, it's like, oh, I might as well, right? So basically it. And because I joined into the game very late, I ended, around the time Evelyn came out, I ended up having to play catch up with doing, and part of it was unintentional, where I ended up fast forwarding, doing the astronomical stuff. But the game storytelling was actually competent enough where I was able to put 2 and 2 together a lot of the time. Then again, partially being exposed to the game through YouTube with the ads kind of helped, I suppose. So, yeah, now that I'm caught up and I've gotten more and more familiar with how it works, I'm not flailing around as much, wondering what the heck am I doing.
Today's shoot went smoothly. I'd say it was even better than expected. Thanks to everyone's hard work and you for joining us, Miss Fufu.
Oh? It's entirely thanks to everyone's support and Mr. Tsung Huang's guidance.
Quite the contrary. Miss Fufu taught me a lot.
Tomorrow, we'll shoot the drama sequences before the action ones, so be sure to get up early and meet at Phylum Heights on time. Especially you two, Miss Fufu and Mr. Tsung Huang. We can't have our 2 protagonists late on set now, can we?
Oh, 2 protagonists?
Uh-oh. He's getting a little jealous, is he?
We're filming again?
Apparently. So yeah, I haven't found the time to do it, but I'm probably gonna go back and rewatch a lot of cutscene related stuff just to see what I may or may not have missed. Because I did that with like chapter 3, 4 stuff when Perlman was getting arrested, and you had Sarah whispering to Inspector Bringer on the radio. Of course, we didn't know that was him at the time. Well, at least, we kind of did, but anyway. Everything that happened today is way too suspicious. I better report this to Shifu right away. I wonder if secretly acting in movies would bring shame to the sect. Devs are new, actually. They are not some team who made Honkai and Genshin, so they learned as they go. Yeah, it makes sense that you would have another team working on Triple Z while other teams work on Genshin and Honkai, because, you know, different games with different stuff happening. I've not played Genshin. I also really, although I have entertained the thought of it, although I'm probably years late to it at this point. Wuthering Waves is another one I have interest in. I think what drew me to Zenless was the fact that it was more urban fantasy as opposed to straight up regular high fantasy, which there's a dime a dozen of. Also, the fact that it was not open world. I'm kind of like, when it comes to open world. Like, some games I like it, other games I'm like, I don't really like it, but I'm dealing with it. Honestly, Triple Z reminds me, it feels like a cross between Devil May Cry and Yakuza. I mean, the Devil May Cry hack and slash gameplay, that's present all around, but I get heavy Yakuza vibes when it comes to the more hub-based levels and how everything is much more coalesced into smaller neighborhoods that all have a lot of detail and character put into them. That's what I liked about the Yakuza games over the Grand Theft Auto games. It's not just one giant wasteland filled with NPCs. Like, no, the entire neighborhood feels like a character in and of itself. I also liked the last 2 Deus Ex games also for that reason. They were giving out 2,000 free polychromes. Yeah, I got them this morning. And I got lucky with getting Caesar this morning, finally, also. I'm probably gonna... They really, really, really were refusing to give me Caesar. And now I'm kind of at a point where, do I really want to bother with Fufu now? Or should I just wait for her to come back and save them for Miyabi first? I think that's what I'm going to do. Save up for Miyabi and then just wait for Fufu to come back. Because I know Miyabi is, I was told, is the next character to come back. And I never got her previously. Okay, so to answer your prior question... Wait, I can't do it because it's not there. I'm going to have to finish this first. Hello, Mommy Yi Xuan. From the Legend of Tiger Warrior to abnormal miasma activity, everything that happened today and Wai-Fei has been reported to Shifu.
I'm at my wit's end, Shifu. I've had it with all the acting. But what if they go inside the hollow again? What is it, Shifu? What does the reading say?
I don't know about the reading, but I've always said you've got the potential to become a star.
Shifu, have you been listening to the point I'm trying to make at all?
You are a rare tiger, Thyron. You're smart and adorable, quick-witted, and incredibly talented. You could succeed at anything. As your Shifu, I don't mind you venturing into the realm of cinema, but the world is filled with distractions that can cloud your judgment.
Shifu! I'm talking about the safety of the film crew and the odd situation with the miasma. Not to mention there are also signs of the Exaltists being involved.
Suspicious indeed. But in my opinion, you should stay with the crew and keep an eye on how things develop. The readings suggest the same.
And yeah, the whole skipping by accidental cutscenes thing, I just remembered. Not only was that an accident, it's something that I normally don't do anyway. When I do a first time playthrough of anything, I try to squeeze every amount of dialogue out of any game. I would only ever skip if I was doing like a retread, and I was at a point in the game where I'm like, okay, I don't need to see this or read that anymore. Like in Stellar Blade, there's a handful of quests in Stellar Blade where it's like, I don't like this character and the dialogue, and I've done it already, so might as well just skip over it, kind of thing. Whereas here, it's like, no, I want to see what everyone says. Especially since I've been liking a lot of the characters, except for a handful, like the Flake and the Nekomata quest. That was annoying.
Suspicious indeed. But in my opinion, you should stay with the crew and keep an eye on how things develop. The readings suggest the same.
ZZZ is the best gacha currently, in my opinion. Also helps that Wise and Bell are actual characters instead of blank slates that you can self-insert to. ZZZ is currently my first gacha and only gacha, so I don't have proper context for everything else. But yeah, they definitely did sink a lot of time into developing the characters, including the main ones. The new character that comes out with Miyabi, I think she's the redhead, right? It's either the redhead or the blonde. And I think I think the blonde's name is Alice, and the redhead is named Suzuna, I think. Yeah, I don't know much about them other than what few bits of footage I've seen. I think Alice might have a history with Lucy. Okay, it was the redhead. Nobody likes Nekomata's Agent Quest. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't mind Neko all that much. I think she's fine. I like playing her well enough as a fast attacker. And I will also admit that Fufu feels like, hey, let's take this character but make her better kind of thing. Because she does play very similarly, with the addition of a freaking robot wrecking ball that she throws around. But her Agent Quest, yeah, her Agent Quest is sadly one of the lesser ones, if not the worst one. Because you're babysitting that Flake all day and you just want him to shut up. I would say the Rena Quest is also one of the lesser ones too. The one where you're babysitting the dementia patient. Nekomata's forgotten as fuck, even in the fan art scene. Yeah, that is a shame, because I do think the character could have done way better had she been handled more appropriately. But instead, she got saddled with probably the worst parts of things, which kind of sucks.
So I'm going back to acting after all. How embarrassing!
This is funny to me because I would have expected Fufu to be jumping head over heels at the chance for this stuff, and yet she's like, no, I don't want to do it no more.
It is the duty of mystics like ourselves to protect and to seek. Besides, think of all the bragging rights your Shifu will get if you debut on the big screen.
Oh, that is adorable. We still have a shoot in the city tomorrow. Let's get some good night's rest. Today's shoot starts in the city. It looks like we're filming some drama scenes. I really hope I don't have to say anything embarrassing. I can't look up the agent lists until the mission screen thing starts. Favorite one is Trigger Quest. And I think what makes the game good to you is the amount of game mods of different activities it has. It does have a lot of variety. It really does. I do think it gets a little overwrought at times, which is also a problem the Yakuza games have for me. But it's not a one-trick pony, so there's definitely a lot of... The only times where I don't like it is where it feels like you kind of are forced to do it, like the arcade quest, like the arcade. The arcade is like is nice for what it is, but I don't like being forced to do it a lot of the time when it comes to character dates. But that's what the snake quest is for, the easiest one to deal with. Plus, the AHIA stuff is also nice to test out characters as well. We're shooting the non-action scenes in the city today, where all the main actors and actresses are. Where are all the actors and actresses here? Yeah, coming. Camera crew is in position. At the Tiger's Inn in Phylum Heights, martial artists from every allegiance are gathered with undercurrents of good and evil swirling beneath the surface. And it's precisely these crossroads of good and evil, word on the street flows fastest. On this day, young Tiger arrived at Tiger's Inn to gather intel about the Purgation Hall action. Oh, and I was about to say, I find Fufu's character funny here because in every other scene I've seen of her, she wants to be taken seriously, and yet here she is, clearly not wanting to be involved in this stuff. It was kind of semi-blind for me too, watching you, because every early mission is not on TV mode, so it was my first time seeing them in full action mode. Everyone adjusted their positions according to the script. Yeah, and another thing, some quests, even though they were quote-unquote, ended up being still doable anyway. Except for the bonus missions with some of the, for example, when Evelyn came out, and it's also the same with Fufu here, they gave you, like, bonus missions to get extra polychromes and stuff. And, of course, when I went to go do the ones for Yanagi, for instance, when the game finally unlocked it, I was like, oh, it's just the main story-centric part, but the actual bonus stuff didn't come with it. So they kind of do pressure you to do them, even if you are far and away behind, so that you can take advantage of that early stuff. Like, is it even possible to do the firing range stuff with Trigger at this point? I kind of doubt it. Unless I'm wrong. There are 3 characters before me, each with complex backstories and mysterious origins, seemingly holding many hidden secrets. Who should I approach first to inquire about the Purgation Bell? The Proprietress, with kindness and compassion written over her face. Elderly lady, fierce-looking warrior. I'm going with Sweet. Sweetie. Hello, lovely. Well, if it ain't if it ain't the legendary young Tiger, shouldn't the legendary one be Master Tiger? Miss Sweetie, let's fix those lines. Kind-hearted proprietress. Well, if it isn't the one and only Master Tiger's protege, the up-and-coming young Tiger who's been making quite a name. What brings such an esteemed quest to my door today? Come to think of it, you must be tired and hungry from your journey. Young hero, how about I have the waiter prepare some wine and dishes? Any other esteemed guests coming by lately? Nothing but hot-headed fools with a sword drawn here by the Purgation Bell to seek fame on Mount Purgation, or the usual branch of crafty, yet dim-witted bandits looking to fish in troubled waters and cause mischief. Tell me about the Purgation Bell. Renowned throughout the world, said its chimes can subdue any demon or spirit. It was originally enshrined on Mount Purgation near Phylum Heights as a gathering symbol for mystics slaying demons and exorcising evil. However, in recent years, the mountain's been infested with various forces of evil, and therefore the bell's gone missing. Legend has it retrieving the Purgation Bell could bring peace to the chaotic world plagued by evil. Though just just a myth. It's inspired countless heroes. I bet that's what brought Master Tiger and Young Tiger here too, right? Warm-hearted proprietor seems to have lost interest in chatty. Try asking others for information. I'm not that far into the playthrough yet, but Jin and Yanagi episodes are still part of the main story, right? Yeah, the game does segue into doing them later on in Season 1, around chapter 5-ish, I believe. So even though they're not quote-unquote available in the way they were when they came out, the game still has you do them anyway. It's just the only thing I don't think is available is the little bonus challenge levels that I would assume they came out with initially. Because when you go and see, like Trigger, when she came out, she had the little firing range challenge going on. You had a bunch of extra levels for Ellen also, but I don't know if you can even do those now at this point. And I would have reason to think that there was little side challenges also for Jane and Yanagi, but I dropped into the game much later than I wished I did, so if there was bonus stuff to go along with with the inaugural dropping of the characters, I missed them. There are 3 characters before me, each with complex backstories and mysterious origins, seemingly holding many secrets. Who should I ask? I asked the proprietress, so I asked the lady. What brought you to me, young lady? Old ladies who show up at hotspots and martial arts movies are never ordinary. Let me observantly expose her true identity. You're just some random... You are a mysterious elder from a hidden sect? What are you talking about? How could I be? Who's this Gray? I don't think I've seen her around before. Is she even in the script? I saw a huge crowd gathered here early in the morning. Thought there might be some sweet sales going on. How did this lady get here? If you don't have it, just say it. No need to scare an old lady like me yelling so loud. The mysterious old lady seems to have lost interest in chatting. Try asking others for information. Yeah, the Jane and the Yanagi ones, they're in the same boat as the astronomical ones, where they're agent stories combined with being basically whole-on main story chapters, as opposed to everything else like Trigger and Ellen, where they are like their own little side adventures. So you're gonna be playing those anyway, regardless. The day Sweetie dropped is funny. The amount of art that spawned in a couple of hours were crazy. Oh, I can imagine. The fan art community for Triple Z and the other gachas is insane, and I respect them for it. The one thing I don't like about gacha games is the content that gets taken out and should be left there. More money to the devs. Since you did the Astra one early, did the game force you to do it again? No, actually. If you end up doing it early, it counts as you having done it. So I didn't have to redo it again. But thankfully, the cutscenes are still left in the cutscene gallery where you can go and watch those all over again. In fact, you can also play I was able to do it where I could play the missions again on hard mode, which which of course was unlocked to me eventually. Of course, you can't seamlessly replay it as it was, so some cutscenes you're able to show up again as you're playing the hard mode version of those levels. But if you want the whole general story, it's probably best to just look at the cutscene gallery to be reminded of it. Browse the subreddit, it's crazy. Oh, I can imagine. Where are your parents, kid? Be it if you know what's good for you. Tough-looking fighter is acting all cocky. Time to show him what young Tiger's made of. Cast a sharp, piercing glaze, strike an imposing pose. Beg him to talk to you nicely. That's not gonna work. Piercing gaze. Those piercing eyes. This one's a real tough character. But I really can't tell you anything. Tough-looking fighter seems like a hard nut to crack. Let's find the right angle to break through his defenses. Tell him... Ask for tips. Send regards to his folks. Tough-looking fighter rolled his eyes. Best not to open that kind of talk when you're out on these streets. There's plenty of orphans like me running around. Tell him an ill-timed bandit joke. Ask for tips on looking tough as nails. Want to know the secret to looking tough? Simple. Grow up with no parents, no backing, and no one to lean on. When you've had to crawl your way through life alone with nobody ever giving you a second glance, well, you stop giving others the time of day too. The only thing you trust is the weapon in your hand, and that's how you end up looking like someone no one wants to mess with. Tough-looking fighter delivered a string of lines that sounded both melancholic and a bit theatrical. Seems like he's really opened up now. Ask about the bell. Purgation bell. Just some fairy tale from children's storybooks. If you're looking for bedtime stories, don't come to me. The fighter seems to have lost interest in chatting. Okay, I think that was it, right? That's it. Apart from the street gossip and people snide remarks about you, you couldn't dig up any useful intel at Tiger's Inn. They're starting to question the point of this line in the script. Excellent. While young Tiger couldn't gather any intel at the inn, the mockery of others only served to strengthen her resolve. Change positions. Let's shoot the next scene. And I need a drink of water. Technically a spoiler, but did you get Lycon? Yes, I did. Albeit not through the normal means. I was not able to get Lycon at all throughout Season 1 through the normal tape grind. I only ended up getting him when they did the whole pick an agent for Season 2. And I didn't even need to think much to do that, because for the longest time I was stuck with just Sokaku as my only ice agent. And so when the opportunity presented itself for me to just pick him outright, I was like, give him to me now, so I don't have to ever worry about it ever again. I really want Grace next. That's who I want next. I've already gotten Kaleda and Soldier 11 a couple of times. So I'm kind of like begging the game at this point to give me everybody else. The seemingly ordinary pharmacist Bang Boo was actually quite a troublemaker in his youth, a master of dark arts who hung up his hat only after getting long in the tooth. Do I really have this play this role? The secrets of the bell in the hands of this master of dark arts. Everyone's adjusted position going to the script, blah, 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 blah. Little miss, are you here for herbs or prescriptions? I'm here for life-saving herbs. Don't say such scary things. I know it all, trust me. Wrecking all sorts of havoc back in the day. You're a Bang Boo master of the dark arts. Still having a hard time accepting this as my character background. You found out. Go ahead, young Tiger. What do you want to know? Search for clues about the bell. Purgation bell, you likely know, wasn't forged by mystics, but was actually an evil artifact created by demons. Its toll can indeed suppress demons. Its actuality, an artifact that lets demons devour other demons to grow stronger. Pretty brutal background, like using other Bang Boo parts to enhance yourself. That's why demons now lurk in Mount Purgation, always been cursed, the land where evil thrives. Mr. Shellblue, please stop muttering to yourself between your lines with stuff that's not in the script. I got this really weird feeling of deja vu. Director gives Shelbu direction on his performance, and they reshoot the scene. Wraps up today's inner-city shoot. Let's all gear up and head to the Hollow to film. Miss Fufu, you did great today. Let me know when you're ready to head to the Hollow. The crew will wait for you before setting off. Might as well. Okay, now I can answer that question. Now the game's allowing me to do it. I know it's technically current in my watch. You only have. I just saw you using Ji Yuan. Well, yeah, I have Ji Yuan. Well, when I first started, just to reiterate, when I started playing the game, Evelyn had dropped. And so, yes, she was my first character. And now that I'm caught up, I have the Yixuan. So, Yixuan, as far as the new characters go, she's my latest as of right now. So yeah, when I started, Evelyn was my first. Now, Yixuan's my latest, canonically speaking. And I just got Caesar this morning on her reroll, so
Hey, only the brave will win.
I am happy for that. So, to answer your question at long last, as for which characters I have that are my favorite,
I'll protect you from any
I really like Evelyn a lot. It did get to a point where I was using her so much that I did start to get kind of bored with her, but I still whip her out when I need her, and I still have fun with her, so she's definitely a favorite of mine, both because she was my first, and two, because she's just a very cool character all the same.
Awaiting further
I really like Caesar. In fact, between her and Ben, I've gotten a bit more of an appreciation for a lot of these defensive characters, because a lot of them have a nice technical attack and defense gimmick to them, where it's just fun to like counter some enemies when they do their attacks. And I believe Yixuan, even though Yixuan's not a defense character herself, she has the ability to do a similar counter attack by triggering her special when an enemy red or yellow attack happens.
Hey,
I'm at your disposal.
Lycon, I really like, for the most part. He kind of feels like him and Lighter. Him and Lighter kind of feel like what they feel like Dante from Devil May Cry 5, his Balrog attack weapon. If they split the Balrog into two separate characters, because Lighter's all about the fists,
I shall follow you.
Lycon's all about the legs. And in Devil May Cry 5, you could switch between prioritizing the hands and the feet for the Balrog weapon. So that's what they both feel like that to me. Like they just took that weapon and split them into two.
you want to test my hammer?
Want a glass of nitro fuel?
Bernice, I really freaking love.
Wanna see the
Astra is also great. She's best used, of course, as a healer. Her attacks are not much to write home about, but she's still incredibly useful.
I'll protect you from any.
I would never turn down Lord Phaethon.
Vivian, I really like.
What? I am the Eye of Obel.
I love Trigger as a character, but I don't know if I necessarily like playing as her as much. I will say that she is definitely unique, being a sniper, so she's definitely plays far differently than everyone else. She is a lot more technical, however, so she's kind of one of those you either like her or you don't kind of things, but I like her character pretty well enough. Yixuan I immediately liked. And having gotten more practice with her, I like her attack style.
Ready for combat.
Anby, simple, straight to the point, nothing too special, but I like her all the same.
Nothing to fear. The
Nicole, just like with Sukaku and Ice characters, was for the longest time my only Ether character, so I was stuck with her for a long time, but I got a lot of use out of her. I like her.
Starlight, it's
Billy.
gun, so double the accuracy.
Well, he's Billy. What else is there to say? Thorin is fine.
It's our turn, bro.
Anton is fine. I don't use him a whole lot, but every now and then I'll whip him out.
Is it work time? Is food included?
Sukaku, again, I was stuck with her for a long time, but I got more appreciation for how her moveset works upon balancing her out with Lycon and others. Ben is good for his shield buff.
Good day.
Lucy is a little sassy baseball bat tsundere, and she's just adorable.
If you need help,
Piper's okay. I really liked Pulchra. She became like a new favorite for me when it came to being a stunner.
If you need help, call me anytime.
Seth is interesting. Honestly, it feels like they took the Charge Blade from Monster Hunter and just made a character around that. I don't like him all that much, but much of the time that I ever whipped him out was either because I had no choice to, or because I felt bored with everyone else and wanted to vary it up a bit.
Iron, rice is steel.
Pan is okay. Who did I miss? Oh yeah, Asaba. Asaba's alright. Again, I ended up using him more times than I wish because he was the only other option I had at a lot of points. But he's fine. So if I had to list the ones that I could say are favorites, it's Soldier 11, similar to regular Anby, basic swordswoman. Not the fanciest, but not the worst either. She's perfectly serviceable. I like her well enough. So if I had to say which were my definite favorites in terms of playing with, I would say Evelyn, Caesar,
You want to test my hand?
I shall follow your
Lycon, and Lighter, Bernice, Viv, Astra,
What brings you here this time?
and Yixuan.
How can I help?
Everyone else's ranges between I like them well enough to like I can take it or leave it.
I can help you ward off
The take it or leave it ones are probably like maybe like 2 or 3. Whereas everyone else I'm perfectly fine with.
Awaiting further.
I'll protect only the brave will win.
And I want my Caesar goodies going on, so I'm picking her again. You couldn't get Yixuan. You ended up with the panda. Favorites are Caesar, Zhu Yuan, and Miyabi. Gameplay-wise as well, to be honest. Yeah, Caesar took me a while to get used to understand, oh, okay, that's how you control her. Zhu Yuan, I tried to get on her rerun, but I was not able to get her. I can't remember what character had come out. Wait a minute, let me check.
Only the brave will win.
Want to see the...
I think
Need something?
It's our turn.
Good, my lord. I'll protect.
We fighting?
I think
I am the Eye of Obel.
it was either Vivian or Trigger that she came back on the rerun. I can't remember which, but I tried to get Zhu, and I could not get her. So I'm just waiting for her to come back so I can get her. A very technical character like Seth, but a pretty fun one once you figured her moveset out and you knew what you were doing. And Miyabi is probably one of the easiest characters to learn, but she's satisfying nonetheless. From what I played, favorite chapter so far, yours is 5. 5 is a good one. I want to say 4. 4 was probably my favorite for a good while, and it probably still is. The only other one to this being, 5 as well, and I want to say... it's probably not fair to say it because it only just came out and the rest of Season 2 hasn't come out, but I really, really enjoyed Chapter 1 of Season 2. Not really fair to list it a favorite yet, considering the rest of Season 2 has yet to come out, but I was really pleased with it. But of Season 1's chapters, I would say 4 is probably my favorite. Although 5 is definitely a fine choice. Least favorite is 2. The Bellabog stuff was kind of boring to me. Chapter 2 was fine, but it definitely dragged a lot because they added that intermissionary chapter, making it where it was really not so much Chapter 2 as much as it was Chapter 2 and 3 kind of squashed together. It felt like there was a third chapter, because it's like, yeah, you had Chapter 2 with all the Bellabog stuff, which I didn't mind, but then it kind of crawled along with all the other stuff they kind of drop on you with the intermission there, and it's just like, am I still on Chapter 2, or is this really Chapter 3 that's been renamed, and Chapter 3 was given to something else further along? So, that's how it felt, to be honest. Season 2, Chapter 1, Final Boss went hard, yo. So yeah, I don't mind 2, but it did feel like a it did overstay its welcome quite a lot, especially since they also piled on a lot of stuff onto you. So that one...
Perk up, everyone! We've got the big scene today!
So yeah, and Chapter 2 was definitely the longest one for me to get through because of that. On top of the fact that it was also around that time that a lot of events just kind of got piled on as well. So I was definitely scrambling to get as much as I could done in that one.
An old steed in the stable. A hero past his prime. How closely does the fate of Master Tiger mirror Mr. Sung Kwang's own struggles in life?
That's a problem with early Triple Z. They tried to do tutorials so rapid it felt weird and pacing-wise. Yeah, on top of the fact that some stuff, like, on top of the whole missing or nondescript button instructions laying to the cutscenes too. It's like they had the right idea, but the execution was a little bit messy. But overall, once the game got going, it got better in my eyes, and I already liked what I was playing. It was just the early parts of it would be like, as soon as it starts to go, it would stop all over. It would stop and then go, and now we're at the point where it's not so bad. Although I'd argue they kind of went and sort of redid that problem with the whole temple restoration stuff. The restoration stuff has been a real chore to do because of the whole, oh, this little level requires so-and-so cloud coins to level up. And then you do a couple, and then it's like, oh, you gotta really grind it to go to this level. It's like, okay, can you move on? I've sunk enough coins into the temple for it to be complete at this point. What more do you want? So yeah. Some old bad habits do have kind of come back, but everything else is still solid. An old steed in the stable. Let me see. Let me play that again.
An old steed in the stable. A hero past his prime. How closely does the fate of Master Tiger mirror Mr. Sung Kwang's own struggles in life?
Okay.
Hey, did you really need to emphasize the old and past his prime parts? Where exactly is the similarity?
You're missing the point. An old steed. I mean the sentiment. Heroism. A heart full of righteousness and courage.
Okay, Ed Wood.
Attention, everyone. Make sure to capture all of Mr. Sung Kwang's magnificence.
So that means I don't have much screen time, right? Phew. Thank goodness. I can finally focus on investigating the miasma.
Miss Fufu, don't get distracted. We're about to roll. Action!
Master Tiger and Young Tiger venture deeper into the heart of Mount Purgation, drawing closer to the truth behind the Purgation Bell, and to an even greater threat.
That was fast. If I had brought Red Marcus with me, he would have steamrolled over all those guys, and it would have been even faster. It would have ended before it started. Miss Fufu, there's something I'd like to talk to you about. As you know, Mr. Huang is quite proud, and he's not very pleased I insisted on inviting you to star in the film. But given Mr. Huang's reputation in the industry, I doubt he has any ill intentions. Well, yeah, you keep embarrassing the hell out of him, director. You might want to tone down your rhetoric a bit. You're causing a villain to be born here. Since you're both from the rare Tiger Thyron clan, perhaps there's some connection between you two. Why don't you two lead share your thoughts? After all, if you're not on the same page, it'll be tough to create good chemistry during filming. Well, this is kind of awkward. Mr. Huang is waiting over there. Change into Fufu to be more appropriate to the scene.
Mr. Tung Huang, you've always been well respected among Tiger Thyrans.
Among Tiger Thyrans? And how many of our kin are still left in New Eridu?
Oh. So, they've seen better days, have they?
That's true. Many that I used to be in contact with have vanished without a trace.
What, did a certain sector of the old capital that used to be more filled with them get swallowed up by the Hollow or something? Because that's the only explanation I can think of, other than being bred out of existence.
But that just makes it all the more heartening to see our kin excel in all walks of life.
You've only been with the crew for 2 days, and you've already picked up how to smooth talk?
No, that's just her charm.
You're also a distinguished disciple of Yunque Summit, right? I've heard the master of Swabian Temple is a very powerful individual.
Oh, she's definitely powerful, all right.
Shifu is very powerful. She also saved my life. If Shifu hadn't brought me back to the mountain when the Tiger tribe encountered a great disaster.
Oh? So it was your Shifu that took you in then? Well, you're lucky. But who's to say whether it's fortune or misfortune that we survived that disaster?
I mean, misfortune would be you all going extinct. Wouldn't that be the bigger tragedy?
The forbidden artifacts must not be used.
Uh-oh. What's going on here?
But what choice do we have?
It may be the Hollow or the will of the heavens that claims us, but it can never be.
I'd say it's fortune. We get to experience the world that our kin, family, and friends never will.
Fufu, stay alive!
Ah, okay. It's a little flashback monologue as it's in real time.
From now on, you'll live in their stead.
And there's Yishuan's voice right there.
We must also bear the pain that they cannot.
The laws of our people shall not be broken.
Yes, that's why I started training at Yunque Summit. What about you, Mr. Tung Huang? You have your convictions too, don't you?
Convictions? I just don't want to follow in the footsteps of our kin. What meaning is there clinging on to convictions in the face of life and death? In this world, it's eat or be eaten. You didn't think the entertainment industry would be any different, did you?
Well, we know it is very dog-eat-dog world up there. We saw how it was with Tops, with the Astra stuff.
We did give up a lot because of the Hollow. But surely there are things worth holding on to, even when faced with life and death.
Do all mystics speak with such grandeur?
The true meaning of the scriptures is always hard to understand. But I think the reason we train and meditate is to fight for the things worth holding on to.
Our two heroes, the camera is ready to roll.
I think it's because it's like an episodical game. They try to fit stuff between so people will have something to do in between. Yeah, basically, Trickster. Yeah. And Luffy says, oh, did you go for Caesar instead of Jufufu? Yeah, because I didn't, yeah, because one, I missed out on Caesar previously, having joined the game too late, and I really, really, really like Caesar, and didn't want to pass off on her again. And two, well, Fufu, I like Fufu a lot, but previously when it was Astra and Yishuan, it was just like, oh, I really want both of them, but I don't know which to go for, so I'll bounce back and forth and see who I get first. And I got Astra super early, which allowed me to get set aside time for Yishuan. I want to get Fufu, but the gacha was not kind to me this time. It's taken me 10 days to get Caesar, and I've been basically scraping the bottom of the barrel to get her. And now I'm at a point where, okay, we're down half the amount of days that I would have liked to get Fufu. So as much as it pains me to do it, I'm gonna have to wait for her to come back on a rerun and just save up my polychromes for Miyabi. And if I'm able to get Miyabi early enough, I will then go for the other character who's there, and so on and so forth. So that's kind of my game plan right now. Not foolproof. I tried that when it came to Yushuan, where, oh, I got Vivian within a good amount of time, or Trigger within a good amount of time, but could not get Silver Soldier Anby or Yushuan anyway, so it's a flawed plan, but it's the best I've got. And right now, when it comes to Fufu, I'm well past the halfway point, so it's not even worth it now. I might as well just wait. You lost the 50-50 on Caesar. Yeah, it took me to like the last 20 pulls for me to get Caesar, whereas I lost the first 50-50 and I ended up with Colada again instead. Do I have a favorite ship in the game? There's like a handful. I mean, they really went hard into shipping Vivian and Wise. But I'm kind of more tempted to go with Miyabi. They went a little bit into that one too. I think they may have hinted a little bit with Evelyn. I don't know. Some characters they're more blatant with, others a little more subtle. But if I had to make list any, it would be Astra, Viv, Eve, and also Caesar. They didn't do it with Chapter 4 itself, but they did start showing it afterwards. I can't speak on the little date quests because I haven't done those yet, having just gotten Caesar this morning. But when I did the Gravitational Theater event, they were really, really pushing it. So I would say those are like the top 4 for me. Yeah, I had to like get to the bottom of the barrel to get Caesar this time because I got somebody else instead, so I have to wait. So I'm just gonna build up my polychromes for now and get Miyabi on the rerun. Yeah. I don't like it, but it's the only option I got at this point. At least the only feasible one that makes the most economics and logistical sense. And I'll just wait for Zhu Yuen to come back whenever that'll be. I passed off on Hugo because I wanted to get another character that was out at the time there too. And I skipped out on Jane to get Yishuan. Jane's cool. It's just like Hugo, she's not really in the priority list, so I'll get her next time. Are the 2 stars ready to go? Let me get some water. So you're missing only Grace and Rena from the base roster. Grace, Rena, and Neko. And that's basically it. Because I got Soldier 11, I got Kaleda, I got Lycon, even if it took me getting the free option for Season 2 to get to do it, because the game was not giving him to me at all. So, yeah, Neko, Neko, Grace, and Rena, and I think that's basically it. Are you 2 stars all set to go? I'm good. Uh-oh.
It's dangerous here!
Uh-oh. Film set got interrupted. Sun bout of miasma sweeps past. Ether corruption, hallucinations, ethereals, monsters. Don't let the ethereals harm anyone.
In the Hollow Era, demons and monsters ravaged the land. Evil spirits plagued the world. The court was corrupt with decadence. The martial world stood leaderless. Bandits ran rampant, and people suffered unbearably. However, there are always righteous warriors, drawing their swords and wielding their blades, standing for justice and chivalry.
The monsters are here!
Run! Papa! Mama! Where are you?
Oh god, I was not seeing things. They did bring a kid onto the set. I saw her on the bottom of the stairwell and was like, oh, that's interesting. They have a kid. Now I'm like, wait a minute, they brought a kid?
What evil dares to befoul this place? I am Juhuhu of Yuanquay Summit. Prepare to meet your doom!
This really is not part of the film script, is it?
Master G! Master G is here! We're saved!
Master, please save my daughter. She's still trapped in the village.
Or is it all part of the set and I'm just overthinking it?
Fear not, good people! Master Ju is here! There will be no suffering where I stand! Only justice!
The game has trained me to think that every time something bad happens in a Hollow, it's the real thing. And they did it with the first third of the Fufu story. So that's why I'm kind of like, wait, what?
Master G!
Master G!
Master Ju is here, and clear skies will follow!
Jews!
Master G!
Master G!
Rest here a while. Time is of the essence. I shall rush to the rescue! What? Run!
Where can we go?
There shall be speed. Hurry! We've got to save these people first.
Okay, you see how fast the dialogue is going right there? That's how it should have been for huge other parts of the game, instead of it being like a minute waiting for dialogue to happen. If only it was that fast elsewhere. Oh shit.
Let me at him!
Let me at him. I love Caesar. I love her character. She's so fun. Don't be afraid, I'm here. Are you the great heroes come to save us? The old storybooks always say that in times of danger, a sword-wielding hero will appear riding on a cloud. Well, I have the sword, but it's not Fufu's holding it. That's right, I'm the sword-wielding warrior you've heard about. Back then, my hero didn't show up, but this time I won't let the children drown again. Also,
You're a demon! Help! Someone help me.
Did I see the new skins for the main characters? Yes.
Live on, my child.
For the new beach stuff, yeah.
Such atrocities.
I'm looking forward to that one. Also, I find it funny that they're calling Ju the sword-wielding warrior when she doesn't have a sword. She has those she has like little ninja claws that come out of her gauntlets, like the Falcon Talons from Ninja Gaiden. Also, she has that little robot wrecking ball she throws around, which spreads fire grenades, like Zaid from Mass Effect 2. Master, are you badly hurt? Don't worry about me, there's still villagers trapped ahead. Hurry and save them. I've cleared out all the evil creatures around here. Don't wander too far. Okay.
Ready!
What a dirty move!
Something very wrong is going on around here. Our hero will be waiting forever for you to show up. Those demons attacked I hurriedly fled with all these villagers. Demonic energies everywhere. Somehow we ended up here. Dark energy seems to corrupt people's bodies. The villagers can barely move anymore. No need to panic. I'll deal with the source of that dark energy and lead everyone out of here. Dark energy? Oh no, the Reapers. Oh, my asthma tumor is surrounded by several nodes. Yes, yes, game. I know. You've told me this already many times. I mean, unless it's someone who doesn't play the game often, they forget. I can also understand that, but then again, I never turned off tutorials. I always kind of leave them on as a force of habit. So, kind of my fault, I guess. My asthma tumor's been destroyed. Signs of human tampering. Something's fishy with the film crew. Someone must be pulling the strings behind the scenes. Well, we know the director is very much an Ed Wood type who kind of goes and does whatever the hell he wants. But I also got the impression, but there is also the possibility that it's Mr. Huang, because he's been showing rather a considerable level of bitterness. So, either one, I won't be surprised. As my asthma dissipates, everyone snaps out of their hallucinations. Okay, so it was not part of the set. It was all in Fufu's imagination. But subconsciously, we were fighting off the ethereals and saving everyone. The villagers gradually regained consciousness.
Stop right there!
Get rid of them.
Uh-oh. Smack.
Time to shine! Everyone, are you all right?
No.
Oh, head so dizzy.
So it wasn't the director.
I feel like I fought Miss Fufu for 2 hours.
The equipment, it's all broken. And the film is burnt.
Oh, so that's what the camera woman looks like.
It's probably because the ether concentration got higher than the equipment could handle.
Oh, and I just remembered Venus. Venus is definitely ship-worthy with Wise. I completely forgot about her because she's a side character. She's not a playable character, so I kind of forgot about her. But I do want to see her get more involved in the story going forward. Just like how Rain had a little quest of sorts to her own, including the whole Chapter 3 stuff with Victoria Housekeeping. So yeah, Venus. Yeah, I definitely want to have her come back in a more main story quest level fashion, because I thought she had great chemistry in the movie theater quest line. Weird fact, but apparently tiger urine smells like popcorn, and Fufu has a popcorn thing. Saw a thread and looked it up, and it's true. Oh, oh, that is something. Oh, a little nature fact, I suppose. Pretty funny what you find out in there. I mean, heck, there's an animal from Madagascar called the Tenrak, and it's basically the closest you have to a real life Pokemon, being a little red and black streaked mammal that causes noise by rubbing its thorns together.
Don't forget about the darn equipment. If it weren't for you, we'd all be lost in the hollow. To think that producer promised me a completely safe filming environment.
So it wasn't the director, huh? So that just leaves one other suspect.
I looked around, but there are still some crew members I couldn't find.
Right, both the producer and Sung Kwang are missing, as well as other colleagues.
Well, we never saw the producer once, so I'm not going to count him.
I suspect... No, I'm certain this was no accident. The Exaltists are behind this.
Well, they did show up, so they're definitely a factor.
I couldn't care less about the producer's survival, but he has the remaining funds for the film.
But you've all been exposed to highly concentrated ether for too long. You need to leave the hollow as quickly as possible.
And the film equipment is destroyed, so unless you happen to have backup footage stowed away that didn't get wiped out, the film's basically over before it even premiered. So, yeah.
I'll escort you out first. Mr. Director, please arrange medical assistance for everyone before the corruption symptoms worsen. I'll come back with other disciples of the temple and look for the rest of the crew. I'll also get in touch with the association's rescue squad.
Thank you, Miss Fufu.
Protecting the crew, Ju Fufu evacuates everyone from the hollow. Let's head back to the temple and report to Shifu. So if it's not the director, it's probably Mr. Huang. No other suspect fits the list. Oh, the game's back. They even gave Venus new outfits. Devs are in the fandom because Venus is very popular, even more popular than some agents in the fandom. Yeah, that's the problem, because Venus is clearly an ordinary civilian, much like, well, ordinary in a matter of speaking anyway, like Wise, so she definitely would not fit the agent roster. But that is nice to see that the devs have their pulse on the fandom and are clearly paying attention, so that is nice to hear. Yeah, I do want them to do more with her, considering they went and did a whole bunch of little side quests with her that clearly had a shocking amount of attention put to them. Exaltus poison runs even more rampant than Shifu expected. There's no time to waste. I gotta tell Shifu about this right away. Nope, I can't check on the restoration, so Shifu doesn't seem to be in the temple. Not a single message. Not even a note left behind. My dear Shifu, why do you always vanish at the most crucial moments? Why do I get the feeling that the whole meeting of the film crew was something that Yi Xuan saw in a divination, and that Fufu going out and meeting the film crew was all part of the investigation anyway, because she saw that it would happen. Oh, look at the kitty! Look at the kitty! She's not in this room either. Shifu's not here, but I still have my junior disciples. Let's go ask Yinhu for help at the temple. Pan Yinhu, aka more mature Po from Panda, Kung Fu Panda. That's what he feels like to me. It's like they looked at Kung Fu Panda and was like, yeah, we can do that kind of character too. Then again, World of Warcraft also had a panda race when they added that one newer area, Mists of Pandaria. Subtle. So, who knows, really? Junior, it's urgent. You know where Shifu went. Fufu, Shifu asked me to wait for you at the temple before she left. She didn't explain much. All she said was, old grudges are hard to settle. He who ties the knot must untie it. She then said, if Fufu doesn't understand, just tell her this is a problem she needs to solve on her own. I have no clue what she's talking about, but says it's Sifu's wish. Oh, one more thing. Bellion was looking everywhere for you. Fufu seems like it had something to give you. Before you head out, why don't we check on Bellion first? Master Fufu. Mysterious guest just gave me this thing and specifically named Master Fufu to receive it personally. I know I shouldn't bother you without good reason, but they said it was a matter of life and death. You taught us to always put people's safety first, so I think I should hand this over to you. Bellion handed over the voice recorder with the small Exaltus emblem on the end. Editor. Grammar problem. Again.
Faithless souls cannot ascend the stairs to sanctuary, but there's always some kindling in dust more special than others.
Is that Huang? I want to say it is, but it doesn't sound entirely the same as him.
This voice, it's the Exaltist speaker.
Miss Fufu, I'm honored to have you attend my performance, yet you refuse to cooperate.
I don't think it is. I think it's somebody else.
I regret that I must temporarily break this wonderful illusion and discuss the terms of our deal in this cruel and boring reality.
Because Venus is very... At this point, even Wise is not ordinary. Nope, not with those implants of his. Same with Belle, too, really. Why is Venus so popular? What skin did they give her? Yeah, they gave her like a new Luffy. They gave Venus like a more casual dating outfit when you go take her out to the movie theater in the event quest for that. With like a barista hat and a nice shirt and skirt. Who else? Clearly, he's gonna be playable in the future. Ellen teased him about fight training stuff. They have been saying that in game, in a lot of the late season 1 into season 2 stuff about Wise. Now that he has his eyes upgraded, he's not as weak against ethereal corruption like he used to. And you also had the other little bits like Anton or Lycum having him exercise at the monkey bars in the park at Lumina. Triple Z is a definition of looking at other things and adding them into this world perfectly. Why does this guy sound like lighter in a different tone? A higher tone, I guess.
the lives of the crew. The hollow coordinates have been logged in the flash drive. Come alone, or else.
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if some voice actors were being reused for other characters. And I will say, Fufu does sound very similar to Neko. I have not looked at the cast list, so it would not surprise me if they were the same person.
I know villains are not to be trusted, but you have no choice.
Recording comes to an abrupt end. The scoundrels got some nasty intentions. Master Fu, what should we do? Should Bellion go gather Shifu and the disciples? No need to make a fuss, Bellion. If I don't come back for a while, tell Shifu about this. But since Shifu left me a message beforehand, she must know what's going on. Shifu believes in me too. Believes I can save everyone. Lighter is played by Alex Lee, main character from Solo Leveling and main character of Persona 3 Reload. Yeah, didn't they change the voice actors for Persona 3 Reload from the original game? I hear a lot of people hated that they did that. I never played Persona, so I'm an outlier with regards to that fandom, but that's what I heard. Shifu believes in me too, believes I could save everyone. So is Fu going to save them now? Yes.
Awaiting further
I'm at.
You wanted only the we fighting? Take me.
I hear good things about Persona and Shin Megami Tensei. You know, the series that Persona...
Existence and annihilation, brilliance and decay, bliss and suffering, all shall return to the Creator.
That Persona spun off from and kind of usurped Shin Megami in popularity.
Huh. Quit the act!
Blessings are granted without bias, thus ignorance is mankind's sin. Those who squander such grace must be refined.
Oh, they brought a droid to cut, did they?
Me and my Shifu have dealt with countless evils.
Ooh, nice panty shot right there.
The flickering flames of the kindling illuminate the steps for the sanctuaries chosen. Even the most faithless dust shall bask in this glory.
Thank you, Avocado.
You will be crowned. I hope everyone's okay. So we gotta hold on.
Victory's mine.
One step further, and you may shed your mortal sins. But the gate to the final domain does not open without refinement.
Don't cross the line. Victory is in sight.
May the Creator refine us.
Let me out of the way. Surrender.
Is this divine punishment?
Nope, you're going to hell, boy. Wise is played by Stephen Young, who does Iron Fist and Marvel Rivals. They changed Rina, Lycon, and Kaleda. Evelyn is also from Persona 5. Yeah, they changed the original 5 banner characters. And I'm very much willing to believe the reason for that was because they were involved with the SAG-AFTRA SAG-AFTRA whatever strike, which they did, which supposedly it was about against the use of AI and taking people's jobs away, when in reality it was all just a scapegoat to monopolize their little actors union over MiHoYo, and MiHoYo was basically not taking the bait. What's also all the more ironic is those 5 actors got replaced by living, breathing people anyway, who were not part of their little clique. So they basically fucked themselves. Uh-oh. Okay, I definitely remember this area, so I think what they did was they just put a lot of obstacles back in place for the Fufu stuff, so that way we wouldn't be wandering off. Back to the Wild Arctic elevator. Oh, there's some people trapped in there. I can't do anything about this, can I? Nope, I can't. Director, Mr. Wong. They've all been taken. I smell a rat.
Our 2 heroes. You must be exhausted.
Who the heck are you?
If Tiger Thyrans weren't so rare, if the bell wasn't so demanding.
I thought this was all a film script. What are they doing here?
I wouldn't have had to go through all the trouble of staging this grand performance just to lure you both into my trap. Though I must say, I'm surprised that our little cub actually has some claws, unlike a certain paper tiger.
Ooh.
Our sect has suffered greatly. Capturing Yishuan's prized disciple is no easy feat.
I know I wanted a stereotypical villain as a cover, but your lines and character are just a little too villainous, don't you think?
So he is involved.
When faced with one's death, is that not when they throw reason to the wind?
Yes, it was because of that. Also, MiHoYo already had AI protection law, so they lost their jobs over nothing. Hell, even the MCs of Honkai got replaced. Yeah, I would imagine it would have spilled over into Honkai too. It started with Genshin, but considering a lot of those actors probably work across games, I'm willing to bet it was going to happen either way, regardless. Yeah, they basically did it for nothing. And it was also they could basically monopolize their little union over everyone else and force everyone else out of work. That's why they were pissed when that one fluently English-speaking actor in Japan got a role, because he was not part of their little club of weirdos. So yeah, they basically got the fuck around and found out treatment, and for the rest of us that were watching it, yeah, we're not. No one is feeling bad for these people. Yeah, I think it's a problem even in the video, both in the video games and anime, where you have a lot of these voice actors who think they're hot stuff, and they basically go and keep everyone else out. It's like, why do you think Steve Blum gets as many roles as he does? Do I like Steve Blum's past performances? Yes. Do I want to hear him in literally everything? No. Same with Christopher Sabbath, I think, too. A lot of actors that at one point in time I thought were decent people have turned out to be scumbags. Just look at Mark Hamill. That guy is as cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs as they come nowadays.
When faced with one's death, is that not when they throw reason to the wind?
You don't actually think you're some sort of fated, chosen antagonist or something, right? Your boss is gone. Your organization is in shambles, and yet you just so happen to stumble upon a treasure of the Tiger Thyrans while walking through the hollow?
Wait, so Huang isn't involved in this? At least not in the way I thought?
You're unbelievably stupid. Are the only things rattling around in that head of yours lines to suck up to your creator?
Okay, so he's not involved. Not in the way I thought, anyway.
Silence! I should have purified that tongue of yours with the flames of refinement.
Cover? Tiger Thyran treasure? What are you talking about, Mr. Tsang Huang?
Okay, so Huang is involved with something secretive. Just not... I thought he was selling us out to the Exaltus out of jealousy. Turns out that's not what it is. It's a double quest line.
The Tigerbane Bell. A specialized W engine capable of resonating with and catalyzing ether. It boosts the user's abilities at the cost of a Tiger Thyran's life.
So it's highly dangerous.
That's the information you have, right, Mr. Villain?
So it's like that sword that Yishuan was talking about previously, where it drains your lifespan. Incredibly powerful, but incredibly dangerous, also at the user's expense. So, yeah, maybe we should destroy that thing. I'm just saying.
Criminals using criminals. What a cliche plot twist.
Cliche indeed. Which is why it only works on fools. The Tigerbane Bell was crafted by my dead kin. Such cruel technology can rapidly catalyze the victim's life energy inside a hollow, at the cost of turning them into an ethereal, of course.
Of course.
And if the victim is a Tiger Thyran, the wielder can even consume the victim's ether aptitude and life energy to strengthen themselves.
I remember now. But wasn't that a forbidden relic of the Tiger Thyrans? It should have been lost in that disaster all those years ago.
It is indeed a forbidden weapon of our people. What I told you wasn't a lie. But I didn't tell you the whole truth either. The user must be a Tiger Thyran, and they must also have an ether resonance that matches that of the victim. Such restrictions are what prevent this powerful tool from being abused by villains. We Tiger Thyrans aren't foolish enough to create a tool that could be used against us.
There's no reason to preserve such cruel technology.
Cruel? Yes, it's cannibalistic and cruel. But life in and of itself is cruel, little tiger of Yunque Summit.
Okay, I'm getting bad vibes again from him.
We never had the courage to face such harshness until the downfall of our kin. So after this, I'll be the only one who must live with this cruelty.
What are you two yammering on about? Seems like you've completely forgotten about me, the villain. I'll use this Tigerbane Bell right now and send you both on your way. What? Why isn't it working?
Only works on Tiger Thyrans, dumbass.
You just don't listen, fool. Your part as the villain is coming to an end. But before that, do me one last favor. Help me defeat this outstanding disciple of Yunque Summit.
Never mind, he is in fact the villain after all.
I don't think she's so kind-hearted that she'll simply let me devour her. Eat or be eaten. That's the way of the world, Fufu.
I have no idea anymore. Tiger Thyran claiming to be Master Tiger breaks free and easily takes control of the Tigerbane Bell. Tigerbane Bell, forbidden weapon of the Tiger Thyrans, trembles, suspended in midair. W engine radiates an ear-piercing sound and instantly turns the Exaltus into a terrifying ethereal. What kind of collab would you like to see in Triple Z? Since 2B is in everything, she will probably pop up here too. I would not be surprised if Nier Automata did show up. Now that you bring it up. What crossover potentially would I like to see? Outside of the other MiHoYo franchises, I was tempted to say Gundam, but we already kind of did that with the Golden Bang Boom mech, which felt like a tribute to old super robot shows like Tetsujin and Mazinger, so that's definitely out of picture. At least I think. I mean, Gundam is technically real robot, so there's technically a difference, but I don't know. I don't care about Star Wars, at least not the Disney version of it that I refer to as Reboot Wars, so I really wouldn't be too excited for that, honestly. Just about the only other one I can think of is probably Godzilla. But that might be a little too close to the mech one. So, I don't know, really. Maybe I was tempted to say Stellar Blade, but since that had a crossover with Nikkei, but then again, both Nikkei and Stellar Blade are owned by the same company, so that was going to happen regardless. I don't know. I don't want to say Devil May Cry, because Devil May Cry is much more supernatural, whereas this is a mix of science fiction and supernatural. Maybe Ninja Gaiden, but I don't know. Those are the only things I can think of, to be honest. I don't know. Trickster, why don't you list what you'd think would fit, and maybe I'll bounce off from that or something. It's kind of one of those ones where it's like I have it's like it's one of those I can probably think of a few, but I don't know if they would necessarily fit kind of thing, you know? So I don't know. List what you think. Oh, big fat Beetleborg. Ow.
Driving the tiger to devour the wolf. A sandpiper and a clan locked in a struggle, only for the fishermen to claim the prize. A mantis stalking a cicada, unaware of the finch behind it, waiting to strike.
Watch and learn! I won't budge! Even one step!
These classic plots never get old. But I think I prefer playing the villain.
Advance now!
We give up. Rather than becoming food for the ethereals, why not nourish your own kind?
Wouldn't be so easy.
Isn't that more in line with your so-called righteousness? Yunquei Summit's proud disciple. Otherwise, wouldn't that be a waste of the grand hero story I so carefully staged just for you?
No flinching!
Victory's mine! Full lockdown complete.
Surrender now! You've gone too far!
Oh, beautiful! Beautiful!
Wow, incredible!
Quite on set. Why didn't you just finish me?
Because true heroes stand tall for justice.
I have no idea what's real and what's not anymore.
Seems I've lost, you lucky child.
Nice legs, Jew. Just can't wait to see you grow up in a couple of years. See how you look then.
I put on such a great performance, but in the end...
Putting on such a show, taking so many lives, all just to steal my power?
When all careful plans fail, it all comes down to one fatal miscalculation. I knew all Yunquei Summit disciples were good, but I didn't think you were this good.
I'm a senior of Swabian Temple, Tiger Thyron Ju Fufu, the righteous heroine, Master Ju. Oops, I didn't mean to say that last line.
You're really into the role, aren't you? Let's finish the scene then. Come, Victor. Use the forbidden artifact stained with the blood of our kind, the Tiger Bane Bell, and devour me.
Who would want to devour you? You look like a villain who's hard to stomach.
Hard to stomach? Do you think I've been eating nothing but good food on my journey?
So you murdered the real Mr. Zhang Huang with the Tiger Bane Bell, right?
Wait, what?
I siphoned the life of our kin and stole the power within their flesh, along with all the hatred, suffering, and anger. Eat or be eaten. That's how I've come this far.
You want to live this way, even at the cost of hurting your own kin?
So, Huang was never here to begin with. He was already dead and being taken over by this body snatcher.
Eat or be eaten. You'll understand soon, Ji Fufu.
I don't understand, and I don't agree with it. If we have to live by devouring the flesh of others, then why? Why do we fight so desperately to stop the Hollow from devouring us?
It's because of these so-called ideals and principles that the Tiger Thyron settlement was swallowed by a Hollow. If we'd only used the Tiger Bane Bell that day, that ethereal would have been...
There is no if only. When I was young and would remember that night, crying and saying if only, that's what Shifu would tell me. Sacrificing the lives of one's kin in order to save the rest. Is that doing the right thing? Nobody can say.
Oh, she said it anyway.
Sacrificing the lives of one's kin in order to save the rest. Is that doing the right thing? Nobody can say.
Ruthless calculus.
The good at that moment, the evil at that moment. Perhaps it's all just a matter of a single thought. A single thought leaves behind so many regrets, so many what-ifs, and so much sacrifice and love. But there is no if only. I've stopped dwelling on the rights and wrongs of the past. All I know is that here and now, I have to do what's right.
How do you know that my choice is wrong?
Shifu also taught me another lesson. Know when to stop reasoning with the bad guys. You couldn't beat me today, so you have no choice but to take my words as a given. Maybe one day I'll be able to answer your question, or maybe I won't. But until some other powerful villain takes my life, I'll continue doing what I think is right. I won't devour you, nor will I take your life. I'm handing you over to public security and making sure you receive judgment in the name of the righteousness that you so despise.
Ji Fufu.
Huh?
I hate your name. It makes me feel you've had too good a life this far.
I like my name. It does make me feel like I've had a good life so far.
Nice. The Tiger Thyron that was neither Master Tiger nor Tong Kong Huang was subdued by Fufu. I cannot spell Chinese names to save my life. It's like the Asian equivalent of French. Japanese names are far more easier to pronounce. And what awaits him is not retribution or the repayment of the blood debt, but the judgment of public security. The kidnapped crew members had been in the Hollow for a long time. After being evacuated under Fufu's escort, everyone was taken to a medical center for treatment. Okay, so this surviving Tiger Thyron killed the original actor, kind of like what would happen if one of the Bruce Lee clones killed the real Bruce Lee and took over his life, and used the whole film crew as a cover to go find this ancient artifact from the destroyed Tiger Thyron clan village, and Fufu ended up getting roped into it, probably out of Shifu's doing, because, you know, divinations and all that. And so, yeah, the game was kind of throwing me for a loop to a point where I was like, okay, what is going on now? Because just when I think I figured it out, something else happens. So I was technically correct. The quote-unquote Huang was the bad guy, just not in the way that I expected. It ended up having other factors involved than what I originally was thinking was going to be part of it. Street Fighter would be cool. Nikkei Goddess of Victory would be cool. Nikkei would be funny. Wise would have more android girls to deal with. And it's been a whole year since the game came out. Feels even longer. It does feel even longer. Like, I remember when freaking Nikkei was making the rounds in VTuber circles, but it feels like it's been 2 years, not 1. By the way, I played I of course did the Nikkei missions in Stellar Blade, because I've never played Nikkei. I don't want to play it on a little frickin' iPhone. I don't like playing action or shooter games on iPhones, unless there's, like, controller grips there. But, nowadays, most people would probably think Gears of War, and rightfully so, because the whole taking back cover and third-person shooting. Honestly, mechanically, I was far more reminded of Time Crisis. Because in Time Crisis, that's basically what you do. You hide behind cover, pop out to shoot at the enemies in front of you, and sometimes even aiming at certain glowing weak spots, just like in Lost World Jurassic Park also, now I think about it. Take cover, move to different covers, pop up, shoot, use an occasional special weapon. So yeah, Time Crisis is more like what Nikkei plays like than Gears of War, if I'm being honest. The only difference is the third-person view. It's been a whole year since Nikkei story is amazing. They really wrote that for a gacha game. I hear it's very good, which on the surface you probably would think it would be ridiculous, considering, you know, all the glorious fan service, but it's kind of one of those, nope, there's more depth under the hood than you would probably think. And what I would love for Triple Z to get a regular console release. Not what they did with Honkai Star Rail, where the disc is basically worthless because you have to be online for it anyway. So why even bother? But this is just my hypothetical dream, where if the games go far enough to the point where it's like, okay, people like our games, they don't want to lose their games, so let's just have the option of making a quote-unquote complete version with everything. Will that happen? I don't know. Highly doubtful, but it is one of those hope it happens kind of thing. I mean, you could basically release the games in a way like the Yakuza games did, I suppose, where, I don't know. Same with Nikkei. I would love to play Nikkei on the PS5 instead of a mobile phone device. I know it's on PC too, but outside of my Chromebook, I don't have a PC, so I'm kind of screwed either way. Maybe I could play Nikkei off my Chromebook. Maybe, I don't know. Honestly, I kind of want to get at some point, I'd rather get a new laptop to replace my current one, because it's pretty old at this point. I'm surprised it even still works. Kidnap crew members, had in the Hollow for a long time. They evacuated under Fufu's escort. Everyone was taken to the medical center for treatment. Triple Z is known for being a gooner game, but the community is chill as fuck, and the game is great, so first looks don't matter, really. Yeah, I agree. Honestly, if anything, the very hot, very cultured character designs just enrich the game. Both of them. And nowadays, I have more of an appreciation for fan service. I grew up surrounded by games in the 2000s like Dead or Alive or Senran Kagura or the more risque stuff. But back then, as a teenager, it's like, it's just like, I care more about, what Star Wars game's coming out, what Ninja Gaiden game comes out, what Devil May Cry game's coming out. The whole, sex in games was like a secondary thing to me. But then you fast forward to the last 10, 15 years, and it's like everything just got so fucking dull and boring because all the woke body snatchers started coming in, and you have all your Larry Fink people just making decisions for all the game companies, telling them you can't do this, you can't do that. Oh, you can have as much blood in a Call of Duty game as you want, but a hot chick with thick thighs and nice boobs? Oh, no, we can't allow that. No, now can we? So it's kind of gotten to a point where now that I'm older and I've seen how everything has gone, I have much more of an appreciation for that. And since a lot of other games, franchises I used to love have gone down the tubes, it's kind of left me scrambling looking for other games that either fill my old sense of taste or tickle my neurons in ways that I find satisfying. And Triple Z does both, because one, the character designs are smoking hot, and two, the gameplay is actually fucking fun. I mean, it's Devil May Cry and Yakuza fused together with cool anime girls. How could I not like that? It's also why I like Stellar Blade, and the reason why I like Stellar Blade is, one, it's not only a new hack and slash game after having gone through a huge drought in that subgenre. Like, Devil May Cry 5 was released in 2019, right? And it feels like everything is either it's either Souls-likes, which I enjoy a few here or there. I'm excited for Code Vein 2. But it's either that or Fortnite shooters or some other or roguelites, and I'm just like, I don't, or just another dime a dozen Call of Duty clone, and I'm just like, I do not care about any of this shit. And so I see Stellar Blade come out, and the game is not only good, you have yourself a hot character like Eve, who's both fun to play as well as look at. And three, the other reason I like Stellar Blade is not just because it's a fan servicey hack and slash game. It's a competent hack and slash fan service game that actually feels like something that can stand toe to toe with Devil May Cry, the old God of Wars, and what else? Those games, but it clearly was not made to be dreck, or at the very least cheap. Like, I did not like, I know people like this franchise, so I'm not gonna tell them that they're wrong for liking it, but I never could get into One Chambara for the very reason that I found the gameplay too repetitive and cheap looking for my liking, on top of the fact that I thought the character designs were just too ridiculous for my liking. It's like, I did not like what I saw, and you had other cheap waifu games released even around that time, like X-Blade or other stuff here or there, where it's just like, it's like, I like the idea, just not the execution. And also, I do not find fighting zombies and only zombies in Dynasty Warrior corridor level rooms fun. I don't. I like my more structured Devil May Cry's and Ninja Gaidens. Hell, I would kill for a Ninja Gaiden spin-off where you play as Ayane and Momiji, or a Devil May Cry spin-off where you play as strictly Lady and Trish without them being relegated to unlockable side characters. I would play those in a heartbeat. I really would. So to see those games come out and not only be of the genre that I miss, but done competently and well, and be appeasing to my sense of tastes, it's like, oh, took 20 years, but it finally happened. Maybe not in the way that I wish it happened, but it's about time. It's funny because the hot chicks are usually the ones that are best written. Oh, absolutely. You see a lot of these, I mean, I'm not opposed to there being ugly characters if they're written well and they have a reason to be like this. Like, for example, Marcus Phoenix from Gears of War. He's not exactly what I would call traditionally handsome. He's gruff, he's big and barrel-chested, he's all scarred up. He has a voice that sounds like it was gargling concrete. But we love him because he's a very fun, cool character who's also written well. A lot of these hyper-feminist characters that started popping up when studios started listening to the likes of Sarkeesian and such, they are written to basically be a voice to the chips on their shoulders. They are written ugly on top of looking ugly. They're self-inserts to vent their daddy issues. They're not characters. And yet you have these characters who are meant to, where on the surface, yeah, they look like blatant fan service, and yes, a lot of them are, but then you have a huge amount of them where no, they actually have thought put into them. The look, the hot appearance is basically spice to make them extra appealing on top of everything. So it's like cooking. You either have the right ingredients or you don't. And if you don't, you basically end up with something that's rotten and spoiled and you want nothing to do with it. There's a magic to these kinds of character designs and the writing involved that a lot of Western developers have forgotten about, and I'm sad to say, even some Japanese studios have forgotten this as well. So, yeah, that's basically my take on the whole thing. Fufu reports everything that happened in the Hollow to Shifu about the film crew's perils, the manipulated exaltists, and of course the Tiger Thyron who hunted his own kind.
You've grown a lot, Fufu.
Peak. This is why I love Zenless Zone Zero and Wuthering Waves. Yeah, I need to get into Wuthering Waves. I just haven't had time or to do it. Especially since Zen has taken up a lot of my time. On top of the fact that I also have a job, so that puts a lot more time crunch on my ability to do everything.
You're making me blush, Shifu. Though, what are you referring to? My fighting, magic, or tactics?
Your maturity.
I'm talking about your skill in lecturing villains on morality.
That too.
Shifu, you're making fun of me again.
Why is Yishun so cute?
It's an important skill for us good guys to have.
I'm used to her being serious, but when she does do something like this, it makes her more endearing.
Making your grand entrance with an impressive line and exiting with righteous words. Isn't that exactly the kind of hero you aspire to become, Fufu?
Maybe being a great hero or a legendary figure doesn't always mean you have to be impressive, brave, or even powerful. Maybe doing the right thing is more important than becoming a hero.
Master Fufu.
Huh? Yes, Shifu.
Remember to feed the bird for me.
A few moments later. Legend of the Tiger Warrior couldn't complete filming as scheduled. What's currently showing at Swabian is a director's cut cobbled together from filming footage and behind-the-scenes clips. Oh, man. Wow.
That's impressive. So you crushed the schemes of the Exaltus and Master Tiger just like that?
They did like meta humor with all of this.
No need to praise me. Shifu has actually been secretly watching over me all this time. That's how we always managed to get away safely.
So they went and did, they paid a tribute to old kung fu movies by having, they took the whole using the TV agent story thing and we're like, you know what, let's have it be meta. Just this one time for Fufu. Where it's not just a simple little side thing that's happening. Like, no, they're actually watching it happen in universe. That's funny.
So even if I ran into a situation I couldn't handle, Shifu would have stepped in and taken care of it.
Master Fufu's prowess is rivaled only by her humility. Since Shifu never showed up, doesn't that prove you're already a capable hero in your own right?
Junior Wise, don't call me that! Plus, I realize that rather than being called Master Fufu, I much prefer being everyone's senior disciple Fufu.
She does not feel she's ready for that moniker yet.
So don't be afraid when you encounter demons or evil spirits. Senior disciple Fufu will always be there to defeat them.
Finally, Tiger Warrior, Bane of Demons. Yay. So, we finally did that. And that just leaves the bonus quests, right? How long have I been going? Almost 3 hours. Yu Xuan is the perfect example of hot and well written. I agree. Well, I might as well get it over with. Tiger descending the mountain. Denny's. Like I need any more of those. Ethereals can feed on ether and miasma, but mystics can't just live on spiritual energy alone. You gotta have all sorts of good food. Sending your Fufu works so hard, it's totally fair to ask Junior Yinhu to whip up something special, right? Oh, I can finally look at this. Of course. So close. Okay. Get a special meal. Yinhu, Senor Fufu, you look all worn out. Just got back from the mission, huh? Let me guess, you're here for cooking again. You're here for my cooking again. You got that right. But right now I've got a job from Shifu to clear out ethereals in the hollow. Not exactly a tough mission, but I really can't afford to waste any time. Why don't you rest in the temple for a bit? I'll come back and cook something just for you. Gurgle. My stomach doesn't seem to agree. I've got a plan. How about I take you on your mission while you stay at the temple and cook for me? I don't think this is a good idea. Stomach growling. My tummy begs to differ. Don't worry, I'll be back like lightning before the food's even done cooking. Fufu strikes like lightning, and for Yinhu's special cooking. Okay. You like Wise's temple outfit because it looks like MJ's outfit from Smooth Criminal. Oh yeah, Michael Jackson. Out of the fourth hit of Fufu's baking attack, if Hue is present, trigger chain attack. Damn! Oh, so that's how it works. You, that was awesome. I partially joke, but yes, that was awesome. Okay, so if you have the little Shiza Bang Boo, and it's just Ju, she goes and does a combo with her special attack. That's awesome. That's pretty cool. I like that. That was something. Whether you're crafting Don or drawing talismans, you can't do without the various herbs found in the mountains. But in the Waifei Peninsula, you'll have to rely on Peace Herbal in the city for your medicinal supplies. Ah, dear Fufu, here to get more herbs for your Shifu. That's right. Let's see, 3 tiles of dust cleansing grass, 4 kin of heart purifying flowers. Looks like nothing's changed. Besides health tonics, these might be ingredients for alchemy and talisman making. Oh no, I'm so forgetful these days. I might not be able to stock one of the herbs soon. Running short on medicinal supplies? Not really surprising though, since that herb was originally gathered from the shores covered by the Lenian Hollow. I'm gonna have to plant some more and farm them then. On the edge of the hollow, on a small uncovered stretch of coast, that's exactly where this medicinal herb grows. We used to rely on the island workers and miners to bring it back, but recently Hollow expanded its edges and swallowed up that whole coastline. Oh, great. The risks and costs of gathering herbs in the Hollow just aren't worth it, so we probably won't be able to supply this ingredient for a while. Start a farm and grow some yourself. Leave the herb gathering mission to me. Legend has it someone once sailed across treacherous seas to ask the immortals about the elixir. For Shifu's prescription, Fufu will brave the seas without fear. Gotta go. Have a nice time and see you later. Why, thank you, Trickster. I hope you enjoyed the stream and hope you enjoy putting up with my effing around in the earlier parts of my Triple Z playthrough. So yeah, hope to see you again. Good chatting with you. So 5 more missions and then I'm done. Another one down. Ugh, the rate my voice is giving out, I might not be able to do another stream today. I might just take the rest of the night off. But at least we made some progress. Every precious daily moment must be cherished, and each day's training cannot be neglected. What's Bellion doing over there? Fufu, perfect timing. Today's mission seems a bit different. Do you have any instructions for me, Shifu? I noticed, so you noticed that, as expected of my smart and quick-witted first disciple. Today's daily mission won't be too difficult, but it'll be the start of a series of operations to come. We're headed down the mountain with a mission, and you must be ready for it. No, of course, I know. You're always ready. Yeah, someone did another oopsie daisy in the grammar right there. Fufu never slacks off. Each and every daily moment is hard to come by, and Fufu's the disciple who understands this truth the best, at least better than her laid-back Shifu. Fufu, use your tigerly strength to quell the turbulent winds of the Lemnian Hollow. Snarl. Grah. Well, that was nothing. I'm guessing it's all just set up for the actual combat missions, I guess. Ah, we got both of them here. We are indeed a match for droidicas. Two more. Shifu's showing up for morning lesson for once. The senior disciple can't be late. Shifu? Late? Since when? Unless I missed something. Ether flows like formless clouds, and those who can harness the techniques are like cloud tamers. The key to mastering these ethereal clouds lies in... Did everyone catch those tips and tricks about the techniques I just shared? Got it, Shifu. Everyone's quick to say I got it, but how many of you actually pull off these techniques when it counts? Well, there are indeed a few things I don't quite understand, but knowing how busy you are with official duties, I feel awkward about taking up your time. Senior Yinhu is right. Shifu has countless matters to tend to, so how could we let our foolishness delay Shifu's important business? I was thinking the same. I'm deeply touched that all my disciples care so much about my feelings. While official duties cannot be neglected, the training of our disciples is even more pressing and cannot be delayed. Shifu's actually giving morning lessons? Perfect timing, Fufu. Dear disciples, your savior has arrived. While my time may be precious, there's no pressure to waste your senior Fufu's time, right? Shifu said something that really hurt my feelings. What do you mean there's no pressure, Shifu? So my dear disciples, for any questions about your training, just hit up Senor Fufu. She's got both the skills and the heart to help. I cannot help but mistakenly pronounce senior as senor, Spanish, because that's what I'm used to seeing, how I'm used to seeing it, but that's clearly not the honorific that it's meant for. It's senior in terms of, student above me. It's just, it's not what I'm used to, and so it's like, ugh, can't help it. Come on, I'm not that amazing. But book smarts only get you so far. How about Fufu take you juniors to the Hollow for some hands-on practice? I'm sure you would love to witness her senior Fufu's battle elegance. Yeah, until she whips out the flaming wrecking ball. Senior Fufu is the best. Whatever you say, Senior Fufu. Yay! It's totally not because I wanted Fufu to handle the extermination mission from the assassination. While we're at it, I swear. Oh, Yishuan, you cheeky girl. Cheeks indeed back there. Looks like I fell for Shifu's tricks back again. Oh, she totally is using Fufu to slack off her duty and have a break. That's funny. After explaining the details of the hands-on training mission, Shifu vanished like a cloud in the wind. Regardless of Shifu's intentions, I can't show any weakness in front of the juniors. I shall lead them to clear out the ethereals in the hollow and show off my awesome techniques and martial skills. One more, and then we're done. Hopefully. It's gonna be Pan, right? Nope, it's Yishuan anyway. Okay, well, let's drag her to work then, so I can see those cheeks again. Mind you, I'll be seeing them anyway, regardless, but still, I'm shameless.
Cycle of yin and yang. Acid creed. Chi and mind of one.
I won't be busy this time.
Take this. Focus.
Dun dun dun, heroic exit music. Yunkoi Summit has no lack of talent. Yunkoi Summit has no lack of talent, all heroes in their own right. And for High Preceptor Yishuan's most senior disciple, Fufu, she is a tiger among people. But regardless of how fierce the little tiger is, they're still little. This senior sister may not be big, but she protects her juniors and never shirks her duties. Heroic exit music. Yay, so we're done. I hope. But then I gotta check on the temple's shit, and I don't want to. Well, we got all that done. Finally. Only took a million years. Okay, so Bellion is his name. I thought it was somebody else. Master tapes. Okay, we got Shifu's story done at long last. Wait, what's this? Oh, Caesar's right here. Okay. Let's check on the darn temple. It's like barely there. Barely there. Well, I thought it would be done by the time I finished, but apparently not. So now I'm kind of afraid to stop because I want to get it over with, but I don't know. You know what? I'm going to wait for it to finish off screen. Actually, no. Wait a minute. What if... Well, okay. Since it's literally... I don't know. I'm going to go take a little bathroom break, and if I come back and it's very close, I'll let it run and see what happens. So, let's see. Anyway, I'll be back in a little bit. Well, it's not what I intended entirely, but I'm going to go ahead and let the Denny's or Cloud Coins or whatever it is keep crawling up. Because look at that. We're literally about there. I might as well let them finish and then do all the level ups, see what happens. So it's like, because it's done this where I level up and I suddenly get a story thing happening. So I might as well let it run. So What can we do while that waits? Why not? Why not quality time with a character? As for who, I don't know. Let's do it a character I've already finished.
I'm gonna spend a lot today. Let's use at least 10 coupons.
Let's go with Nicole. I've already technically finished her stuff, so I don't want to worry about unlocking anything that I don't want to just yet.
This could work. Let's swing by the beauty salon.
Little beer from the Publix that I did from grocery shopping.
You don't really bother with makeup, do you? I could recommend you some cosmetics. I promise it's not a sponsorship deal.
Whatever works, Nicole.
I guess I could give you 1 or 2 things to try.
Does it fix my hairline? Because that would be nice.
Why, you ask? Well, we're partners, right?
And possible lovers?
Besides, it pissed me off if people didn't take you seriously.
I mean, she did technically kiss me when... She did technically kiss Wise when he was unconscious that one time, so...
I won't have to pay if I botch it, right?
Nicole starts arranging flowers, and after some time...
The warm wooden base feels like the embrace of the earth.
Holy shit, it's not pink. I was expecting everything to be like shades of pinks, reds, and whites, but nope, it's all yellows.
Not too shabby. Looks good.
Okay, well, nothing else, right? So, let's go back to, let's go check the temple thing. Yeah, I'm just gonna do the characters whose ranks ups I've already done.
You're looking sharp today. Glad I didn't get all dressed up for nothing.
You're always dressed like this, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Okay. Changing business laws. So there's another one I can do, right? Yeah, let's do it. Might as well. You meet up with Nicole at the video store on 6th Street.
By the way, I recently came up with this new idea.
Really? What other harebrained scheme have you come up with, milady?
Here, let me give you the deets.
Deets.
See this gotcha machine here? I figured it all out. Got gacha games are worth playing, sure.
I mean, we are playing one, technically.
But if you really want to make money off of it, it's better to sell gacha pulling strategies.
Wouldn't that be cheating?
So, wanna pull something rare and make it rain Denny's overnight?
Do you know if you can pay me in polychromes and human blood?
Just join my group chat and I'll send you my 100k Denny masterclass.
100k Denny. Nicole, aren't you always complaining about being broke? Oh, wait. That's the fee, right? So, never mind. It's not her spending, it's everybody else that's spending to pay her. Makes sense. She could use the money. But you know what? I'm swimming in, like, a quintillion amounts of Denny's. I have more than enough to save her from bankruptcy 5 times over. But no, they won't let me do that now, will they? Okay, let's go check on the Temple Suppository.
I'm gonna spend a lot today. Let's use at least 10 coupons.
So that's all of the Nicole quality of time stuff. Come on, Bellion, have you finished counting yet? Ah, not even there yet. Oh, we are so close. So freaking close. Okay, well, might as well do another one. Okay, who do we want it to be this time?
You want to head out together? Sure, I've got nothing else to do.
Let's do Pulchra. Meet up with Pulchra at Reverb Arena.
The vibe here is a bit like the Outer Ring. Ignored by many, but full of life.
And impeccable taste.
The only difference is, these folks are way more innocent than those in the Outer Ring.
True. So...
They're just here for fun. But when people in the Outer Ring gather like this, oof, trouble's bound to follow.
Are we ever gonna get a new skin for Pulchra that takes off the mask? I mean, they did model her a proper face that's hidden under there. And people have modded it to take off the mask, and it's clear as day right there with full proper animations and everything, so it does make me wonder
if you keep zoning out, I'm gonna go home.
It does make me wonder if when they're gonna drop something that does give Pulchra a secondary outfit. I mean, they did not model Trigger a pair of eyes from what people could find, so Lord knows if she's ever going to get something that addresses that discrepancy.
The drink here sells nitro fuel too. But they're probably no match for Bernice's skills.
Bernice certainly has skills, all right.
Parting ways with the Sons of Caledon, I think of her drinks and end up sticking around for just a bit longer.
Well, that and she's the closest you've had to a good friend who cares about you, so why would you want to leave at this point?
A stage? They do tail dances here?
Tail dances?
No way you're telling Bernice about this. Got it?
What? Is it tail dance? Is that like the cat firing equivalent of stripper dancing or something? Or twerking, but with the tail as a bonus? That's what it sounds like. Oh, thank God. The temple stuff has finally reached a threshold. That's what I'm thinking it is. Like Cat Byron stripper pole twerk dancing or something.
What are you hiring me for today?
Like, look up Spite, the Blue Cerberus VTuber. She does little lewd, excuse me, 1,000 pardons for that burp. Oh, God. Well, Spite, let's just say she does dance sessions that involve swinging that delicious cake round and round in so many ways that gets the brain juices flowing by the gallons full, if you get what I mean. Oh, there's one more, is there? I mean, I might as well. Public Security Office, what are we doing there?
You're here. I need to go to public security today to handle vehicle entry procedures, and I need your help.
Well, this is not what I expected.
I asked you to come because the way I look always gets me extra questions.
So I'm your confidant, basically. Makes sense.
The entry procedures are handled at... Ah, here's the info. Looks like we can use the self-service machine now. It's a real relief not having to deal with the PubSec officers.
Funny how I've yet to see any quests ever pop up.
All done. Now the Sons of Caledon's vehicles can enter the city next month without any issues.
I have yet to ever see any quests pop up in the police station. Kind of makes you wonder why they even bother, to an extent.
If I knew things were going to be this easy, I wouldn't have dragged you here.
Aw, but I like the quality time with my tig-bitty kitty. I just want to bury my head between those two things.
I'll make it up to you next time, but the offer is only valid for a week.
Those two big, fluffy, double D pillows. Or are they H or J? I don't know. I don't know anything about boob size in women. They could be triple D for all I know, and I wouldn't even know. Okay, so I think we finished all the quality time stuff for Pulchra.
What are you hiring me for today?
Okay, that's all of those. Alright, let's see what we got here for restoration. Oh, I can't wait for this shit to be over with. Two of one. Well, I'm gonna have it run a full hour because then I'll have gotten everything. Yeah. can't. Yeah, they locked it behind yet another Cloud Coin thing. What's that one? Start one adventure of Research Center 2-1. No, 2 of 2. Nah, I can't do it yet. So I could do it, or could have done it, but I can't. So, more Yuncha errands. Yeah, I'm gonna let it run. Even though it's like 10,000 points and I'm close, it crawls at such a rate that there's really no point in waiting, unlike before. So I'm gonna let it run, all things considered. Okay. Well, I didn't get as far into this as I wished I did, because they locked it again behind the silly Cloud Coin barrier, so nothing I can do about it. So the best I can do is just let it all happen off screen, and then come back later once I've unlocked enough. But we did finally do it. It took a long freaking time, but we finally completed the Fufu agent story, and I really liked it. I did. I enjoyed it. One of the better ones, and can't say I disliked it or anything. No, it was good. I mean, if all of Chapter 1 was basically dedicated to Yixuan, then this was a nice little side adventure meant for Fufu, and it was very, very enjoyable. And yeah. And of course, as a little bonus round, we did the little, quote unquote, we did the whole challenge missions, which we wouldn't have been able to do otherwise. And because I was like a hair string away from finishing it, I figured why not take some characters to do some quality time stuff. So as a little extra, we did that. But as you can see, they still want us to do this. Much to my annoyance. And we're not even done with that. They want us to do even more down over here. And more down... Yep, more down over there. Like, come on, game. What is... I really hate these coin requirement things where it's like, oh, no, you need to do this before you can complete everything else. So it's like, no, fuck you, I want to finish it. Let me finish it, damn it. Anyway, I'm gonna let the game cook with regards to this. And, I doubt it, but if I'm able to come back and do some more, maybe I will. Because I know for the Yumcha Sin, yeah, you have the delivery ones, but you also have the ones that are clearly based on longer quest lines, like the Porcelain stuff. And then there was also a few moments where I would complete a round, and the game would interrupt and say, hey, this thing popped up. It's very important. Let's go do that right away. Stop what you're doing. So it's very, very, very weird and tedious, and god damn it, Sweetie Puss is so gorgeous. You know, Trickster said that already within a day or two of Season 2 dropping, there was already cultured artwork of Sweetie dropping everywhere. And, yeah, I can believe that, alright. I really can. So, that's basically my game plan. If I do more tonight, great. If I don't, well, I'll save it for tomorrow. As far as Triple Z is concerned, anyway. If I don't do Triple Z, it's probably going to more than likely be Monster Hunter because of the Legiacris and Seregios update that happened, which, about freaking time, they should have been in the freaking game, Capcom. But anyway, because I could have come back to do some more Monster Hunter stuff earlier, but the Street Fighter Akuma quest, like, no. Like, I had better things to do with Stellar Blade, with the Nikkei DLC dropping, catching up with Triple Z's story stuff, and frankly, a Street Fighter quest with a poorly thought out story that honestly no one's going to remember after 5 minutes of finishing it just does not impress me. So, what is even the point? I might as well just save that for when I do everything else. So, yeah. And, of course, I got Caesar this morning off screen. So, I finally have her in my repertoire. And like I said, I don't think I'm going to draw for Fufu. I think the deadline, the reasonable deadline for doing so has passed. Because it took me 10 days to finally get Caesar after scraping the bottom of the barrel for her. I got lucky last time when it came to getting Astra super quick, and then having the other 19 days to go and get Yishwen, so that worked out greatly. But for a situation like this, where there's half the time is left, and I've basically run out of, well, other than repeating hard quests in hard mode, I've basically run out of shit to do. Well, almost. Because we still have all these quests from Chapter 3 and 4 that I never finished. Pass of the Proxy 3, which keeps me under-leveled currently, and all these quests which are higher leveled than I want to risk wasting time with. So, that's still something that I need to go and do, and Lord knows how many other side quests are currently buried in the game's data banks until I level up. So that's still something I have to rectify at some point. But the game but they keep throwing more content so fast that I can even stop them, that I can even count. So it kind of makes wanting to go back and do it a bit hard, on top of the other games that I wanted to do or continue doing. Again, Monster Hunter Wilds, and again, the Street Fighter shit did not impress me enough to want to tackle it. And frankly, to me, it's just as pointless as the Witcher nonsense from Monster Hunter World and Behemoth 2. The two worst things in that game, and they were crossovers. Well, sort of. Alatreon also exists. But the reason why Alatreon sucks is because Behemoth sucks. They took Behemoth's stupid-ass shit and applied it to Alatreon, so... I mean, on one hand, yeah, Wilds addressed this with Jin Dahad, which is a far more fun fight. But they overcorrected on everything so hard that, frankly, I lost all motivation to play Monster Hunter Wilds. The game is just... The game is too on rails. Like, forget rail shooters. Monster Hunter Wilds is so overly on rails that it's dull. Like, never mind the lack of difficulty. The game itself is just half-cocked and boring. I mean, I liked it initially when I played it, but the more I played it after the fact, the more I soured on it. It just does not have enough staying power like World did. World was a far more complete game than Wilds ever was. I'd argue World only got worse, other than the whole copy-pasted weapon designs with the updates in Iceborne. Because with the updates, again, you got Behemoth with his nonsense, and then Iceborne went and reformatted the game to make tenderizing more burdensome than it had any right to be, on top of the clutch claw. And how that basically became a requirement for everything. Which really, in my opinion, ruined the flow of World. World already had a sound formula. It didn't need anything else added to it. That fucked it up. The clutch claw, if anything, just felt like a last-minute addition that just, in an attempt to try and make people use it, they changed the formula in a way that, frankly, didn't help it at all. I mean, it was still fun. I enjoyed World, even all the way into Iceborne, but still, going back, you could tell, yeah, they clearly did not think that through and just hamstrung it onto the game. Whereas Sunbreak did not necessarily change anything about Rise and largely kept the base formula intact. Other than the other nonsensical shit they changed in that game, like the stupid-ass hummingbirds, which, yeah, they took out tracking, but replaced it with something that was even more tedious and dull. And then you have Wilds, which just went and made everything dull by proxy. So, yeah, my feelings on Wilds have really changed over the last couple times I played it, and I have not touched the game since Title Update 1. So I'll get to that when I feel like it, and tackle Legiacris and Seragios and the dumb Street Fighter shit, I suppose. But yeah, as far as this stream for Triple Z is concerned, I think we did a whole lot, and yeah, I'm gonna cut it off here for 112. We did a lot. We got the whole Fufu stuff done and over with. Moved up a level in the restructuring, but it's still going to take a while regardless. So I'm going to let the game cook. And when I come back, if not tonight, then tomorrow for this game, we will hopefully get some more cooking done. So, or already done. Either way. So that'll do it for this part. Thank you, Trickster and Luffy, for stopping by earlier. And I'll see you all later with part 113 when we get to that. So later.